Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Now here's KBMW's Turner Blofis.
And welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. And apparently, I had a microphone that was not properly working, so we are jumping into it. Breckenridge Cowboys football on a Wednesday. Yeah, it's kind of weird, I know. NBA week, though, it is a tradition. And Cowboys wrapping up the regular season against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. It's a battle of Section 6A teams who are on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to Section 6A. But before we jump into that, I better introduce my color guy today. Joining me for the first time in a couple of years, Steven Erlinson. How's it going today, Steve?
It's going pretty good, Turner. Thanks for having me on again. First time I got to cover a game since our last section, or the section championship in 2019 that year.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think it was actually 2020 because it was it was
okay.
during the pandemic, the shortened season.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. You had a brother on the team then. You got a brother on the team now. It's got to be fun following their journeys.
Yeah, definitely fun to get back and watch them play some football back on the field we used to play on and continue the Breckenridge tradition here.
Coach Frederickson's got the end zone looking a lot better than I think it ever did when we were there, though. He's got it looking nice, when he's just the AD. But coming into this ball game, we got Breckenridge, number 2 team in Section 6A. We may as well jump into the Power Poll rankings brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation. And starting at the top, we got Parker's Prairie at the top with a 5-2 record. One of 2 teams in the section with a winning record. And Breckenridge, number 2 in the section at this point, 3-4. West Central area up next with a 3-4 record. New York Mills and Pine River Bacchus, both 2-5. Brandon Evansville Ashby, yes, they are 6th in the section with a 4-3 record. The second team with a winning record. You might be asking, why is that? Well, QRF, that is why. Lake Park Audubon with a 2-5 record, and then Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, who we will see tonight, at the bottom of Section 6A with a 1-2 record, or 1-2 record in section, 1-6 overall on the season. And you don't see many sections like this, do you, Steve? Where 2 winning records.
No, that's pretty crazy looking at it. I didn't realize that was how the section was shaping up this early or this late in the year. Mm-hmm. But obviously, with different teams being in different conferences and strength of schedules all come into play with that QRF, pretty interesting to see.
A lot of weird stuff in the in Section 6A this year, like West Central area. I don't think they were expecting to drop down to Single A, so they haven't even played a section game this year. So They're going to jump in completely blind and run through the schedule for you. And look how Breckenridge has really turned it around this year. It started off with a 3-game losing streak, 28-14 in Pelican Rapids, and then followed it up with a 28-27 overtime loss to Stables Motley here at home. Pillager, they got beat up on 39-16. Followed up with their first win, 49-12 victory over Pine River Bacchus. Moved on to take on the top team in Section 6A. Parker's Prairie fell to them 22-15. Since then, Parker's Prairie's actually lost 2 games in a row. So keep that in mind for when we jump into the playoff time. New York Mills, they bested them here on Cowboy Field 32-6 and are now coming off a 45-0 victory over Wadena Deer Creek. What do you think has been one of the big keys to turning around in this so far 2-game winning streak, 1-3 out of the last 4?
I think the guys have just got a lot more confident in some of the new concepts Coach Yagi and Coach Christensen have kind of implemented into the team this year. Obviously, as there's a learning curve with it, it takes some time to get the feel of different schemes, and I think these last 2 games have really shown how much they've grown throughout the year. New coach and a new system, so that is a lot for these boys to take on. I think that they've done a really good job of turning it around, like we talked about. It got a little scary there for a bit here, but I think if I talked about this with head coach Carson Yagi earlier in the year, if you would have
traveled back in time and said you're going to have a losing record but be number 2 in the section. I don't know if you'd believe it. You don't see that very often. But, I think that this is going to, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, like we said, coming into this game with a record of 1-6, and we'll run through. They got a lot of similar opponents that Breckenridge has played. I don't like to compare games all the time, but I'll run through their schedule anyways. 44-6, they fell to Red Lake County. That's the only team that they have faced that Breckenridge has not. Fell to Parkers Prairie 49-0. 53-14 loss to Staples Motley. They picked up their lone win of the year, a 19-7 victory over New York Mills on their home field. And then they've fallen in the last 3 games, but 2 of them were pretty tight. But first they lost Pillager 51-14, and then Wadena Deer Creek, they lost to them 13-0, and Pine River Bacchus 12-0. So, the offense has got to put points on the board, but it looks like we're going to see a pretty solid defense coming into this game. Yeah,
it looks that way, Turner. And obviously things change a lot throughout the year, like we've seen with the Cowboys. If you compare the scores from early in the year to the scores to late in the year, just room for growth. Obviously, injuries happen. You never know what you're going to get. So we'll get a good game here today. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And now we'll take our first break and loop back. Actually, before we wrap it or jump into our first break, I wanted to let you guys know the injury report because I'm trying to do that earlier on in the show because it always ends up getting spoiled in my interview with head coach Carson Yagi. So only one Cowboy out today that would be seeing playing time. That is Jackson Riggs, still out with that wrist injury. Broke his wrist a few weeks back, but they do hope to get him back on Tuesday for the playoff openers. So that is the lone injury on your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis, by the way. So that is, and we'll loop back after the interview with head coach Carson Yagi with some other pregame segments, including our keys of the game brought to you by Smith Motors, as well as your starting lineups, of course, brought to you by Farmers Union of Southern Valley. Take our first break here on the Wilkin Drink Neatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company, 23 minutes away from kickoff.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires, plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of Good Taste and Company, and our final pregame show of the regular season. And joining me, as always, head coach Carson Yegi. How's it going today, Cars?
Oh, doing good. How are you, Turner?
I'm good. You guys are throwing me off a little bit. The routine, the MEA week always kind of messes me up on a Wednesday. I even told my neighbor to have a good weekend this morning. So,
oh gosh, that's good.
Yeah, I hope I'm not the only one. But how about you guys? As far as like a short practice week, does that kind of throw you for a loop at all, or you guys kind of used to it now after so many years?
It always throws you off. Everything comes a lot quicker. You never feel like you're as prepared as you want to be. But, I mean, all it is just we get to play football sooner than what we normally do. And, that's great. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We're here to play football, and we love playing the football, games of football. And, I mean, now we just don't got to wait. Now we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that Thursday is usually the walkthrough day. So do you guys do like a full pads practice Monday and then a walkthrough on Tuesday then?
Yeah, we kind of do it. We did a little bit of a hybrid yesterday where we had almost like a normal practice and finished up with our Thursday routine to try to get some sense of normalcy before a game.
Gotcha. We've been out of high school for a long time, and I can't remember that. But talk a little bit about Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. What's kind of the scouting report on them? I know kind of a tough season for them so far, only the one win so far, and you guys have a ton of common opponents, 6 common foes, and so matching up the games, it looks like you guys are definitely the heavy favorites coming in.
Walker's a young team. You can see by their scores throughout the interior. They've continuously improved, and I mean, they're very capable of winning a game or beating us just like they did against Nearick Mills. They got a couple kids who are younger, and I mean, each week they've improved, and all of a sudden it's like, they're turning into a pretty decent football team. They got a couple running backs who I think are really good, really aggressive runners that are tough to tackle, and a quarterback who's not afraid to put the ball in there.
Yeah, I was actually going through. I already got tracked down their starters, and I saw they only had 2 senior starters on the entire team. So definitely the youth was going to be a factor. I knew coming into this game. But a little bit about how you guys have just been rolling right now. It's nice to put a win streak together going into playoffs.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Offense line has really started to play well, and the defensive side of the ball especially has just really started to click. Last week they played phenomenal. Can't say enough about how proud I am of them and everything that they did to prepare for last week. And it was a game that they were excited to get going, and they did. They showed that.
I called it your guys' most complete game last week. Would you agree with that? Putting up 45 and also a shutout. I believe that was 45, wasn't it?
Yep. I will say most complete game to the point. I want to say it was our most complete game we will have.
Oh, yep. There you go. You got to be always looking forward, obviously. You want to be at your best come postseason time. And what is, obviously you guys have been making strides all year, but what do you think is kind of the last piece you guys need to put together for the puzzle heading into the postseason?
I think it's about just over-communicating on everything we do and not having those mental busts that kind of a young team has. And we've really worked through that over the season, but there's still times where, a couple plays where we just kind of have a little bit of a lapse in what we're doing, and something that we've prepped against that the kids understand. We just kind of forget. I mean, it's something that happens, but it's all about improving off it, learning from your mistakes, and we just have to take those mistakes as they were in the past and move forward.
Okay, and you guys getting Dawson Weinbar back this week?
Yep. Got Dawson back this week from a head injury, so it's great. He's a great player for us, and I know how comfortable Bailey is throwing him the football, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a happy camper about that. And a little bit about, I guess, what is going to be the key to just getting off to a hot start tonight?
It's just coming out and playing hard. We can't have those mental lapses. We got to be ready to go from the first kickoff. The past couple of games, we've kind of started a little bit slower than what we'd like, and it simply just comes to making sure we're locked in, understanding your assignment, understanding your job on every single play from the get-go, and not waiting back, bringing the fight to them from play one.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Cars?
Nope. Go Cowboys.
And we'll return to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show after this quick break. Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700 and make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
And welcome back to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. And it's time for your Smith Motors Keys to the Game. Small town friendly, big town deals at Smith Motors. And like we've been doing all year, we like to do one for the offense and one for the defense. And I'm going to start off with the, take care of the offense, and then I'll throw it to Steve for the defense. But you get to talk about the fun stuff. Well, I talk about winning the war up front. Come on, the offensive line, has really been stepping it up. I think that's been one of the biggest keys to this 2-game win streak at this point in the year, and also winning 3 out of the last 4 games. The offensive line has really settled in. I know we were talking about that after the game last week about how they've really come a long ways. What'd you think of the improvement from week 1 to now, Steve, for the O-line?
Yeah, I agreed. I felt like they really controlled the line of scrimmage and makes all the difference for the backs. Able to establish the run game, which obviously last week opened up the pass game as well. So it all starts up front for the Cowboys.
Do you think a little bit of that, a lot of youth up front and a lot of inexperience, do you think a little bit of that was just getting some games under their belt?
Absolutely. Just, adapting to the aggressiveness of the varsity level compared to maybe some of the other levels they've been at in the past. Getting used to that, being able to play up to that level, and then kind of dominate and win the line of scrimmage.
And then we talked about before we hopped on here about the key to the game for the defense, and we thought that was going to be forcing turnovers. You got a wet field here you want to take advantage of. Ball's going to be slipping around all over the place, and I think Breckenridge has done a really good job of forcing turnovers this year, and that's something they got to keep doing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can, just by looking at the field, you can tell it's going to be a little slick. Hanging onto the ball might be tough. Takeaways, as the defense likes to call it, winning that the takeaway turnover battle is going to be big and can play a big role in the score here.
Yeah, and a lot of guys that are getting in on the turnovers. And one thing that I just raved about last week that I'm sure the listeners got sick of me talking about last week was the pass rush last week. Oh, boy, were they causing fits. You know, the Martinez brothers were getting back there, Eli Butts as well. The Shocker backer, Tucker Shocker, was also bringing some heat. And Dave Erlinson was bringing the blitz as well at times. So what did you think of what you saw from the pass rush last week?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I felt like they stopped the run initially, forced the Wadena to pass, and that allowed the defensive line and some linebackers to get in and put some pressure on the quarterback and get him in the backfield.
And my apologies already for all the times that I'm probably going to accidentally say Wolverines tonight. Of course, we got the Wolverines and the Wolves playing back-to-back weeks. But those were the look at your Smith Motors, keys to the game, small-town friendly, big-town deals. We'll take a really quick break here and then come back with your starting lineups, which are brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. You're listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bloff is here with your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Start off with Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, the Wolves tonight. We got at wide receiver, number 14, Caleb Crow. He's a 150-pound junior wide receiver. Joe Haid, one of two seniors in this starting lineup, and he's a fullback weighing 200 pounds and wearing number 41. Number 1, Karch Frazier. That's a fantastic name at running back. 170-pound sophomore running back. Gavin Olschlager, he's wearing number 67 on the O-line. 185-pound junior. Also on the O-line, Isaiah Agard, as well as Cooper Brovold. I don't know if they got him a new number. He's listed at, I think they had the wrong position here. I don't think number 23 is playing on the O-line. Gavin Olschlager and then Cooper Brovold on the, Isaiah Agard on the O-line. Agard is a 254-pound offensive lineman who's wearing number 66. He's a junior on the squad. We got Blake Kendrick wearing number 75, 190-pound senior. Cole Rudden is a sophomore wearing number 60, 220-pound sophomore, I might add. Peyton Yates wearing number 54, 220-pound offensive lineman. And Joseph Bilo. Had to double-check that one. Wide receiver wearing number 3, 170-pound junior. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Cooper Brovold is actually a tight end on this squad. You know, I'm thinking, but I'm not 100% sure. Wearing number 23, 170-pound junior. That kind of threw me for a loop when they got 6 linemen listed. But anyways, defensive side of the ball for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley in this game. Karch Frazier and Bilo will be the corners. Caleb Crow at free safety. Adam Daigle, one of the newcomers, as we didn't see him in the offense. Linebacker wearing number 9, 185-pound junior. Blake Watson on the D-line, as is Callan Whitney. And Watson is 175-pound junior, while Whitney is a 170-pound junior. Joe Hayde playing linebacker, as is Hayden Redkey. And then on the D-line, they got Peyton Yates, as well as Gavin Olschlager. And by the way, Nick Freemark will be free safety on this squad. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley is coached by Aaron Pfeiffer. For the Breckenridge Cowboys up front, they're going to stick with, the starting lineup they've been going with most of the year. Eli Butts at a tackle, wearing number 56. He's a junior, captain on this squad. Listed at 5'11", 250 pounds. Next to him is Brian Martinez, wearing number 52. Martinez is a senior who is 5'10", 200 pounds. Henry Sledadall at center, 53. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 180 pounds. Tegan Abel, also a sophomore, 5'10", 190 pounds, wearing number 54. Sledall's wearing 53, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Carter Benson, a senior offensive lineman, playing tackle, 6 foot, 190 pounds, wearing number 50. Now into the skill position guys. Caleb Albertson is a tight end, wearing number 4. He's a junior on the squad, 6'1", 170 pounds, what he's listed at. Dawson Weinbar making his return this week. He's a senior captain wide receiver, wearing number 12. Weinbar is listed at 5'9", 165 pounds. Jacob Kunkel, the other senior captain receiver, wearing number 17. Listed at 6'2", 180 pounds. The backfield duo of David Erlinson and Paul Armitage, both listed at 185 pounds. Armitage listed at 5'11", while Erlinson's 5'10". Erlinson is a sophomore, wearing number 21, while Armitage is a junior, wearing number 33. And, of course, you got your quarterback, who is probably the front runner for team MVP this year, Bailey Evans, the senior QB, wearing number 7, and also a captain on this squad, 5'10", 190 pounds. On defense, Dawson Weinbar back again this week, along with Lawson Oliphant, who is a 6'1", 165-pound sophomore, wearing number 28 at corner. Evans will play at free safety this week. Trey Vogelbacher, the impact, kind of the tone setter a couple weeks ago. I'm still raving about that game he was in on 3 turnovers. Linebacker is a junior, wearing number 3, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Kunkel, Armitage, and Erlinson round out the linebacking core. Oh, almost forgot about Tucker Shocker, 5'9", 165-pound linebacker. He's a senior, wearing number 8 for the Cowboys. Then up front, you got the Martinez brothers, Brian and Allen. Brian is listed at 5'10", 200 pounds once again, while Allen is listed at 5'10", 220 pounds. And Eli Butts on the D-tack, are also a D-lineman on this squad. Skill position, you got Bailey Evans kicking the extra points or field goals if they decide to do that today. Punter is Cooper Roberts. Long snapper, Jackson Graves Bolte, 6'2", 195 pounds, senior, I might add. And then Dawson Weinbar will handle the holding duties, while Gabe and Paul Armitage handle the return duties. And Gabe Armitage is a sophomore, wearing number 20. 5'10", 165 pounds is what he's listed at. So let's take a look at your starting lineups. Brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. They're announcing the starters here, so that was pretty good timing here at Cowboy Field. Take a quick break for the national anthem, and then we'll come back with your opening kick. By the way, Breckenridge won the toss and deferred, so what we'll see, the Wolves get the ball first. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and live streaming on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine. Like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And that'll do it for the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of Good Taste and Company. We're ready for some football. Steve, you excited?
I'm excited. It's always a good night for Cowboys football.
Yeah, and you made the trip from Arizona for the game. Look at you, man.
I did. Just flew in today and came straight down, so I'm ready to get the show on the road.
I hope my brothers are listening so I can say you're a better brother than I ever had. Go to watch the game. Love to see it. Now they're going to beat me up when they see me. Trey Vogelbacher handling the kicking duties like he's been doing pretty much all year. Setting up the tee. Once again, Breckenridge won the toss, elected to defer. Cowboys once again enter this game with a record of 3-4 against 1-6 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. The Wolves coming to town. Even though I was very upset to see that they were coming to town because I really love the football field in Walker. I was hoping to be going there, but it's tough to beat Cowboy Field. Trey Vogelbacher boots it away, boots it deep, and the kick returner actually stumbled and had his knee go down. So that was number 14, Caleb Crow, on the return.
Yeah, Turner didn't take long for that playing surface to show how wet it is out
exactly.
there, did it?
Yeah, well, let's start petitioning. I know it's kind of a hot take these days, but let's start petitioning for turf. Seems like nobody's really that thrilled about it, you know. Funny enough, they actually just started fundraising to get turf over in Wapton, but now you hear about all these injuries, and it's like, okay. I don't know if this is the best idea.
Absolutely. It used to be the hottest thing back in, what was it, early 2000s maybe, and now it's kind of going the other way because they're seeing more injuries potentially on turf.
Walker-Hackensack-Akeley coming out with an offset eye set, and they're going to go up the middle with their big fullback, Hade. And Hade, once again, Joe Hade is listed at 5'10", 200 pounds. It's a pretty big boy running at you at the fullback position.
Absolutely, Turner. 200
yards they give him right off.
How much did you say he
200
weighed?
pounds.
200 pounds,
yep.
Yep. He really ran downhill.
So they gave him a gain of 4 to start this off on the first play. And once again, a very young squad here. So these are a lot of guys we're going to be seeing the next year or two. But Hade is not one of them. Hade is one of these seniors. And now we're going to do a quick little bubble route out to the left side. And Breckenridge was not fooled by that. Lawson Oliphant showing the discipline over there, as is Paul Armitage.
Oliphant did a nice job of keeping outside contained there, shooting through the thigh boards and making the play.
It looks like they are going to give him 2 yards on that one. Going to have to loop back and double-check who hauled in that pass. I was getting so excited trying to see who made the tackle. I didn't see who hauled it in, but we'll loop back to that. So facing it 3rd and 4. Big down here for the Cowboys. Cowboy defense been feisty with the forcing turnovers, and coming off a week they pitched a shutout. Looking to keep that rolling. They're going to go with an off-tackle handoff, and Breckenridge doing a good job of slowing that one down. It's like a gain of about 3. So a yard or 2 short. That was Karch Frazier on the carry for the 3 yards. And it looks like they are going to be bringing in the punt team, but you never know. 4th and 1, you know, you might try to draw them off sides or run a fake here. We'll see. Breckenridge, playing it pretty conservatively, not bringing out the punt return team, just leaving the defense out there to take care of it. It's like they got Bailey Evans back to return it, I believe. Operating out of the shotgun. They're going to roll out to the right. Think about the rugby kick, but instead they're going to keep it, and we'll see if they are short. And it looks like they are.
Yeah, it looks short to me initially, Turner. I don't know where they're going to spot this ball.
It looks short.
It looks like they're, a couple yard or two short. So
the punter that thought that he was going to be taking that one for a first down, Hayden Retke, coming up short. And that looked like that was kind of one of those judgment plays. Like you run out, and if it looks like you can get it, go for it. If not, quick kick it away.
Right, kind of more of a rugby-style kick. He was kind of holding it like he could potentially kick that ball at any time, but thought he had a chance to get the first down and ended up short.
Sets up the Cowboys with great field position. They're coming out in this full house pistol set. They got 3 running backs back there with Bailey Evans. First carry will go to David Erlinson. Cuts it up, gets a nice block from Paul Armitage, but a couple Wolves there to make the tackle. Gain of about 3 for Erlinson. Rocking your old numbers, Steve.
I see that. He's rocking it better than I used to. That's for sure.
Come on now. Maybe his sophomore year, he might be on a better trajectory. I don't know.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's having a good year, playing hard.
We weren't that great our sophomore year, so we'll say Dave's on the right path. We'll give him a gain of 2 on the play for Erlinson, the sophomore back, and they're going to operate out of an empty set. Haven't seen this one this year. And they're going to do a quick hitter to Jacob Kunkel, trying to get him involved in the offense. Makes one man miss. And he's cutting up the sideline. He's got one man to beat, and he's inside the 10. You see a big puddle splash as he gets tackled out of bounds. Love that.
Absolutely. Nice catch and run there by Kunkel. Made the first guy miss, and then up the sidelines he went.
He was someone that was really getting involved in the early weeks of the season, but it seems like he's with the run game kind of coming alive a lot more. He's kind of I'm not going to say MIA, but, it's just they haven't really needed him as much. So I like that they're trying to get him involved nice and early.
Absolutely. And coming into that receiver, he's probably doing a lot of things, blocking downfield and other things that are contributing to that run game that they might not end up on that stat sheet.
And I think they also got him at tight end right now. Bailey Evans going to run out of this set, cuts it to the left, and he's going to try to carry him out in the end zone, and he does. 12-yard score from Bailey Evans with 8:57 remaining in the opening quarter. Cowboys strike first. First carry of the game for Bailey Evans. First of what we'll likely see many.
There we go. Offensive line blocked that up. Nice. Bailey got vertical and ran through an arm tackle to score there.
I love that we're just raving about Jacob Kunkel's blocking, and then they run to his side when he's playing tight end. That's fun to see. A broken clock, it's right twice a day.
Absolutely.
8:57 remaining once again, and they're going to kick the extra point, trying to get the extra point. Well, I think they didn't kick last week because they didn't have their holder, Dawson Weinbars, so looking to get back into the routine of doing that. And this time, I jinxed him. Dawson Weinbar mishandles it and gets tackled right away, so Breckenridge will have to settle for 6. Your score after a 12-yard touchdown run from Bailey Evans. Breckenridge 6, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KVMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
And Breckenridge gets on the board first with a 12-yard touchdown run from Bailey Evans. And fun fact, Steve, do you hear that Minn Kota Ag Products commercial? I don't know if you knew who that was, that friendly voice. Another former Cowboy, Ben Eland.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, my new friend Ben. Yeah, taking care of business for Minn Kota. He's doing a very good job. Shout out Ben if you're listening out there. Trey Vogelbacher going to boot it deep. Ben played center when I covered him for the Cowboys. A very nice offensive line as Gabe Armitage making a nice tackle, wrapping up at the legs. He's someone that you got to be excited about in the next couple of years here.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice play there by Gabe coming off the edge. And if he would have, he was almost last last resort there. If he would have broke that tackle, he would have had some real estate.
Yeah, and one thing, I've been kind of like looking at little different variations on some of the style changes, and what I'm liking is I'm seeing a lot more of Gabe Armitage getting involved in the return game, despite him not being one of the go-to offensive guys right now. So kind of getting him some action early, so then he can contribute to the offense next year. We'll see. As Walker-Hackensack-Akeley drops back to pass, throw it out to the flats, and incomplete. Dawson Weinbar on the coverage over there. Went right through his hands, it looked like. So,
yeah, that was really a nice ball by their quarterback Brock. Put it right where it needed to be, but obviously maybe the conditions played a role, and Cowboys forced 2nd and 10 here.
As we saw from that puddle when Kunkel got tackled out of bounds. Doesn't look as wet as the wettest I've ever seen it, though. If you remember that East Grand game when you were a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we were freshmen. You were playing it, though, so I had I call that the puddle game. And they're going to go up the middle, and none of the Cowboys really making a tackle. Trey Vogelbacher is going to get credited with that TFL, but the running back kind of ran into his blocker there and went down. So that was, I got to double-check the number. That was Karch Frazier on the loss of 1. Frazier, a sophomore running back, so someone they're pretty excited about coming down the road for the next couple of years for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Make sure to watch out for him. And these two teams match up in section play down the road here. Going to come out in this offset eye right once again. 2 twin receivers to the right. And they're going to go toss right to kind of the busy side of the field. And Breckenridge's defense stacks that one up. Bailey Evans on the stop. Paul Armitage, Trey Vogelbacher. All the usual suspects making the tackle there.
Absolutely nice gang tackle there by the Cowboys, forcing another 4th down. And I don't think we'll see the same rugby kick here from Walker, but we'll have to see as they're close to midfield.
And you can tell the field, we're only about 4 minutes into the game. You can already see the wear and tear on the field. It's going to be a fun day. And they're going to, we see a standard punt set. And Daigle booting it away. And a short kick ends up flying out of bounds. I want to know what they said to get Art to crack up. I've never heard Art crack up over the air. That's fun to hear. Art Grocko always does a fantastic job here at the Cowboys games. He's a hot commodity. There was a week where they were trying to get him to do a WAP game, and he said, sorry, I'm already on for the Breckenridge one. So we're very lucky to have Art here doing the games. And I'm going to make sure to ask him at halftime who got him cracking up before that. And my apologies. I'm trying to do a better job. I got a color guy with me now who can actually, help out watching the game while I'm looking away to update the score. So I'll try to do a better job of that this week, updating the score. As we got a very low snap by the Cowboys. Bailey Evans is going to try to make something out of that. And it looks like he got a yard if he's lucky. Eli Butt's coming back into the game.
Yeah, I think the plan was to hand that off, Turner, and Bailey Evans just did a nice job scooping it up, getting what he could, and make it a little more manageable 2nd down moving forward.
Yeah, you don't want to end up slapping around and look like Akers did for the Vikes on Sunday, 2nd and 8 for the Cowboys. One running back to each side of Evans, and then Armitage behind him. And we got another mishandled snap, and the Wolves are going to haul it in. And that was the senior, Hayde, getting the fumble recovery. So the fumble lost by the Cowboys. We were talking about they need to win the turnover battle here, and starting off not so hot in that category. So we'll see if the defense is going to bail out the offense here now.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication by the Cowboys offense. Looks like they're getting it sorted out a little bit on the sidelines here. Hopefully we can clean that up and moving forward.
So the fumble once again recovered by Joe Hayde. Expect to hear that name quite a bit. The senior fullback and linebacker. And Frazier runs it up the middle. We'll say he got about 4 yards on that carry. I think Eli Butts was making the stop.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Eli Butts, shedding the tackle, wrapping up, bringing him down. They ran a little draw play, it looked like, and had some room, but Eli was able to get off his block and stop him for a manageable gain.
Kid's a dude. And we got 4 carries for Frazier already. They're going to give him 3 yards on that one. I formation, 1 receiver to each side. They're going to go up the middle with Hayde. Breckenridge's defense ready for that one. Stacked him up right there. And that might be Butts again.
Yeah, I think Butts was the first guy there and wrapped him up, and then the rest of the guys came and helped out.
He's going to be having a busy day. Riley Kappas actually just got some action at safety, so Bailey Evans coming back in. Kappas actually got the start a week or two ago. on the Breckenridge defense. So that's someone they're pretty excited about. I'm really excited about him after that busting off that crazy run in the Pillager game. I got to bring that up every week. Big fan.
Absolutely. That was a great run.
Yeah, and then he followed it up with a possibly even better one, diving into the end zone for a tutty.
Some style points.
There you go. Dropping back to pass. Brock looking for a receiver down the field, and it is batted away by Oliphant. Love the coverage there. You know, I hate to wish time away, but I cannot wait to see how good he is in the secondary when he's a senior.
Yeah, Oliphant made a great play on that. He was in the perfect position. The guy, the quarterback for Walker really didn't throw a bad ball. He was just in the right spot at the right time.
Showing off some decent length on that, too. You know what I mean? Like, you love a good rangy corner. He's taller than me. He's 6'1", so love to see that. Not that I'm the tallest dude on the planet, but usually if a corner's taller than me, that's a pretty good-sized corner. So incomplete pass sets up a 4th and 6. And it looks like they're going to be going with the kind of the rugby punt personnel once again. And they are going to punt it this time. Bailey Evans back to return it. Lets it bounce. He's going to scoop it up. Makes a nice cut. Makes one man miss. He's cutting up the left sideline. He's just going to take it out of bounds. But there is a flag on the play, it looks like. Yeah. First penalty of the game brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Any idea what that might be on?
I'm guessing just by the location on the field that it's some kind of holding or blocking the back.
Someone holding the bullet over there maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a hold. Look at you. X gets the square, Steve.
All right.
That'll back up the Cowboys a little bit. Cowboys up 6-0 with 5:20 remaining in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Going to be starting off near their own 20, it looks like. Actually, inside their own 20. Just shy of the 20. So about the 18 they'll start off this drive. Cowboys going to try to redeem themselves after that turnover. Coming in with a very tight set. Got all the receivers and all the tight ends bunched in there, coming out of a shotgun set. Going to hand it out to Armitage. He's got a lot of room to run, but he's going to cut it inside. I thought he was going to be bouncing that outside, but it looked like a lot of room to run, but the Wolves played that well.
Yeah, he had a linebacker coming in on him, and looked like maybe he just didn't quite have the angle. Decided to cut up and get what he can.
It's hard to cut in this too.
It really is. You got to be extra sure of your footing. So
2-yard gain for Paul Armitage, his first carry of the game. So far, we've seen totes from him. David Erlinson, Bailey Evans as well, and then a reception from Jacob Kunkel. So we'll see who else they try to get involved here in the offense. Final game of the regular season, they're going to go David Erlinson up the middle, and he gets stacked up. It's a nice play there by number 54, Peyton Yates. Yates is a 220-pound junior, so I wouldn't love to run into that dude. But Erlinson still ended up getting a yard out of it.
Yep, nice play by Walker there. Really, David runs downhill well, and Yates was able to wrap him up and for a minimal gain.
4:13 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys operating out of the pistol set. Erlinson, the H-back. And it looks like they're going to try to do a rollout to him on the left side, and they do, but he does not haul it in. So incomplete pass. We'll bring out the punt team for 4th down.
Yeah, the second drop we've seen by each, or in the game today, one by each team, and just got to take a little extra focus on the details and looking it in, and especially with this slippery weather. So
maybe ditch the gloves. You know, sometimes sometimes it's a good move in conditions like this. You know, you never know.
It can be. So keeping those gloves dry is another factor that's important. And
your dad got his phone on him? Shoot him a text.
I might have to. He won't check it for a couple days probably. But.
Some things never change. And we're going out of the punt set, and Cooper Roberts, who I've sang his praises all year. I think he's done a really good job at the in the punter spot. We've also seen him get some action at tight end this year. Fields it cleanly and boots it away. Solid punt down the middle. And they're not going to pick that one up. I was actually watching the wrong guy apparently there on the return, so they let it bounce and fair catch it.
Yeah, it looked like he could have maybe picked it up and then stopped it from rolling into their own side of the field and maybe got a few yards, but
yeah, I get
the
tunnel vision. I get the tunnel vision with the camera. Did you see me watching the wrong guy?
I did.
I didn't know they had a guy who's kind of at the midway point to pick up some guys. I was like, oh, I guess they're not going to return this one. Nope, wrong guy. Well, they still didn't return it, but like you were saying, looks like he was going to be able to scoop that up and make something out of it. Wolves coming out. They got the blue pants, the white jerseys, and I got to say, pretty clean uniform set. I'm a big fan. And Cowboys showing blitz. They got Tucker Shocker there. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley doing a play action, and they find a man. They're going to get a first down on that one. Looks like a gain of 10. Paul Armitage on the coverage, hauling that one in. Was number 23, Cooper Brovold, listed as a running back on this roster. So I finally figured out his position. Brovold gets a first down. First down of the day for the Wolves.
Nice little play action, bootleg.
We've seen the Cowboys have a lot of success on that this year.
Yeah, absolutely. They looked very similar to what some of our plays that we've ran.
I formation, twins right. We'll see if they're going to run to that heavy side again. Brock goes with a trap handoff to Haight up the middle. And a few Cowboys there to stack them up. Jacob Kunkel in on that. Jackson Graves, Bolte.
Yeah, I thought Armitage really stepped up and really stuck him on that one also. So
Graves, Bolte now has a little bit of a limp when he runs off the field, but I've learned my lesson talking about him coming off. I always say it's an injury, and then he comes back the next play. So Haight comes off Haight runs for a yard. Sets up 2nd and 9. 3 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Or if you're watching on the video stream, the Action Realty scoreboard. 2nd and 9. Cowboys up 6-0. I formation once again, twins right. Got a tight end on the left side. Brock going to throw a little bubble screen, but the receiver was not ready for that one. He wasn't even looking for the ball on that. So there must have been some miscue there, but there was a flag on the play. So
most likely an illegal formation. Had a guy false start. Okay.
There we go.
Guy must have took off just a little bit early.
Yep. And yeah, you could tell on that receiver on that bubble route, he wasn't even looking for the ball on that one. So I don't know, maybe he thought the play was dead right away, so then he wasn't looking. And he's like, "What are you doing, throwing it to me?" But
could have heard a whistle. Who knows exactly?
Yeah. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, local State Farm agents in Wapton and Breckenridge. Did not scooch him back. Okay.
I think they declined the. Breckenridge declined the penalty. Yep.
Oh, so the play still got off. Okay, my apologies, folks. Brock with the handoff and the draw, and there is a lot of real estate to run. And he's going to rumble over one Cowboy. Bailey Evans, last man to beat, is going to have to make the stop. Karch Frazier. That's the biggest offensive play we've seen so far from the Wolves. We'll see how many yards they give them. Looks like a gain of about 24 on the play. Heck of a run from Frazier, but they sold that beautifully, that draw play.
It really did look like it really fooled the Cowboys. Had a couple guys running after that quarterback, looking to get some more sacks built on last week, and they just handed it off and had a wide open lane.
I was kind of in denial that he had the ball because I was like, no way, they're just kind of let him run by like that, but it was just a bit of a misdirection there, and now they're going to go with Frazier again. Karch Frazier. Up the middle. I got him for 5 carries so far for 30 yards, so averaging 6 yards a pop. And now it'll go down a little bit after that 2-yard rush.
Yeah, I like some of the different looks that the Cowboys have been giving with the linebackers, bringing some up, having some stay back, keeping the offensive line guessing for Walker a little bit.
Yeah, I love a defense with 5 linebackers. That's always fun to see it. Going to go with the I formation, 1 receiver to each side, and fake the handoff, kind of a fake counter play. Looking to throw down the field and had the man, but ended up throwing just a little bit, led him a little too much. Looking for him in the corner at the pylon.
So yeah, looked like Aiden Sanchez on the coverage. He was right with him. He maybe had a half a step. It would have had to be a perfect ball to complete. So nice coverage there by Sanchez.
Showing some good depth on the defense. We're seeing a lot of guys rotating in and out. Love to see that, you know. And Sanchez is a guy who started at free safety this year. He started at corner a game or two. And then defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen. That's a tight ship. We know that. 1:38 remaining here in the opening quarter, and we got our first timeout of the game. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. Your score, Breckenridge 6, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wapaton.
All the hits from 2KM today.
And welcome back. Timeout break brought to you by Highcamp Construction. And Breckenridge Cowboys trying to keep their shutout streak going, after shutting out their foes last week. 1:38 remaining in this opening quarter. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone due to a 24-yard run from Karch Frazier to get them into position. They've moved the sticks twice on this drive so far. They're going to try to do it again here. Facing a 3rd and 8 in 4-down territory, though. Karch Frazier gets the handoff up the middle. Breckenridge's defense ready for that to set him up for a 4th and long.
Nice play there by the Cowboys. And going back to that comment you made earlier, Turner, about the Cowboys having good depth, really helps keep all the starters fresh, getting some younger guys, some look, some experience, and that really plays a role, especially late in the game, having a little bit more energy and a little than the other team.
I'm one of those guys who's kind of put all the eggs in one basket, guys. So I love a coach who can actually think to the future. Like, we got to get these guys some reps. Like, me, I'm just like, all right, let's just focus on the now. I'm not so great at also looking ahead to the future at the same time. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley dropping back to pass, and Sale that actually got picked off. And it looks like that is Dawson Weinbar on the interception. I'm going to make sure to double check that, though.
Yeah, it looked like Dawson Turner.
I believe it was. And Art's going to give it to him, so I'm going to give it to him. Dawson Weinbar stepping in and get the pick, and he actually made a nice enough return to justify picking it off, instead of batting it down. But, you've been a DB before. You know what you're doing back there. You got to haul that in. You got to add to the interception total. I believe that's his 2nd pick on the year by my count, but someone shoot me a correction if I'm wrong.
Nice interception and return there by Dawson.
And full house pistol set. Bailey Evans hands it off to Lawson Alford. First time we've seen him get the ball today, and he gets wrapped up in a hurry.
Not a lot going on that one, Turner.
No, there wasn't. He got maybe half a yard. I'll give him a yard. And 28 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. And I love that full house pistol set. I keep hearkening back to a lot of Bison games because I know we got a lot of also Bison viewers out there. And that is a set that they have run so many times when they were just absolutely spoiled with crazy good running backs, where you got the one to each side of the quarterback and then one behind him too. It's just another, so many threats back there. They're going to motion Erlinson over to the left side, and they're going to do a little push pass to him for a jet sweep. And, makes a couple guys miss. He's going to cut it back to the other side of the field and made something out of nothing on that one.
Yeah, just gained a couple there. Looked like got to the sideline, and it was really congested and reversed the field and was able to pick up a few yards.
Work your butt off for a 3-yard gain. Love to see it. It'll be 3rd and 6 when we come back. That is the end of the first quarter. Your score after one, Breckenridge leads 6-0 against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And after one quarter, Breckenridge Cowboys leading on their home field 6-0, facing a 3rd and 7 after a 3-yard push pass from Bailey Evans to David Erlinson. They're going to go with a handoff to Lawson Oliphant, and he's going to get stacked up. So Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has been answering the call today for slowing down this Breckenridge run game that has been on a heck of a streak lately, and Cowboys are going to be forced to punt. See how many yards they give Oliphant on that one. Oh, apparently they didn't get the scoreboard up and running for the second quarter. It still said zeros. Whoopsies. Maybe they'll say do the play again. Huh? No? Okay.
One can only hope.
Wishful thinking. So it's about 4th and 3 with an unknown amount of time left in the second quarter. They're going to figure it out. And officials are talking it over. Cowboys facing a 4th and 4. Second time we've seen the punt team for Breckenridge today. And they're talking it over.
I would hate to be Walker's equipment manager after this game. Those white jerseys are starting to get a little dirty already.
No, I would not be a fan either. And oh, geez, the whites, yeah, definitely are really taking it in. You don't want to be the guy who ends up with a clean jersey, though.
Yeah.
No one ever wants to be that guy.
Some might just have to roll around in the mud a little after the game.
I remember someone taking one of my helmets one time and scraping it on the track so it looked like I had been playing. Give me some scuffs. Cooper Roberts, snap, boots it away, and over by the left sideline, out of bounds. Jacob Kunkel had a chance to return that from the sideline. 11:28 remaining here in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys lead 6-0 so far, and Breckenridge came into this game heavy favorites in this one, so I'm sure this is not the ideal start for them. I know they're happy they're in the lead, but at the same time, this is with the teams that they've kind of been taken down lately, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has been falling to those teams as well. So, you never like to compare games, though. That's why I say that, I formation. 2 receivers out to the left. Brock under center. And he's going to go with Haight up the middle. They love that fullback dive, and Paul Armitage loves laying out the fullback.
Nice play.
That's the second big hit he's delivered
play
today.
By Paul, yep. Big downhill runner, and Paul's been able to step up and give him a few pops early here.
Oh, I wouldn't want to get hit like that. Would not be a fan. And Joe Haight, so far he's got 4 carries for distances of 4 yards, 1 yard, 1 yard, and 2 yards. So got that 4-yard little burst on the first play of the game, and since then Breckenridge has been ready for that little fullback dive. Pair of receivers on the left, I formation. Cowboys showing blitz. Brock dropping back to pass. Looking left. Throws it down the field, way down the field, and incomplete. Bailey Evans on the coverage, as is Lawson Oliphant, and Dawson Weinbar as well. Dawson trying to add his second pick of the game back in the coverage.
Yeah, 2 Cowboys there in great position. A little bit of bumping and a little bit of contact. But usually when the defensive guys are in such good position, the refs let a little bit more go compared to if they're getting beat.
10:44 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Once again, Breckenridge up 6-0. You can see that on the Action Realty scoreboard, which I have to update with the quarter. My apologies, everybody. Cowboys looking to force a 4th down. They're going to do a little counter, and Frazier ends up getting tripped up with the what's the equivalent of the turf monster in when it comes to having grass field.
Tripping on the line.
6-yard gain. And I believe that was Frazier once again.
That's been a good play for them so far, Turner. The Cowboys got to start queuing on that a little bit on the backside, and they show that pass look, and Cowboys are dropping.
10:10 remaining in this opening half. Looks like they're going to go with the kind of the rugby look again. Bit of a low punt. He's just going to keep it himself. There's no one there. Why not? And
short.
Dawson Weinbar
He's
comes
short.
up to try to make the stop. We'll see if he does. Jacob Kunkel there to help out as well. He's going to see if he tried to get the push, but it looks like he was short. It's all about the spot now. But the nice thing is it's pretty much right on the line. So you just got to be short of that line. See where the Cowboys spot it. And they're going to say it was short. Yep. There we go.
I think that was a good spot by the stripes there, and it looked like he was going to pick it up and slipped a little bit, and some Cowboys stepped up and
Talk
got
about
him just short.
the recovery from their two senior captains with Dawson Weinbart and Jacob Kunkel closing in on that, because I thought he had that easily. Just the angle I had, I was like, there's nobody there. You got to take that sweep, that sweep out on the right side and pick up the first down.
It did look like he had enough room, and I think that the punter the potential punter made the right call by trying to pick it up. But just again with the playing surface and the two seniors from Breckenridge showing that experience and stepping up and making a big play on fourth down.
Oh, they're making the chain gang run all the way over here? Oh, that's too bad.
It looked like it was pretty much right at the 45-yard line was the first, so I think this is a pretty easy one, but we'll have to see
Keep
what it
the other
shows.
coaches happy,
That's right. We'll double-check it.
Sometimes it's frustrating when they won't even give you a measurement, even if it is a football shy. We'll see how they stretch it out, taking their time. Oh, they're going to say first down.
No, I think they measured it wrong here, Turner. The little marker that goes on that 40-yard line is in the wrong place. They're going to double check it here.
Okay.
Or they're discussing it at least. We'll see what they come up with.
Chain gang trying to say no. Guys didn't do that right. Come on now. And we'll see. Because like you said, it looked like it was shy, but at the same time, maybe what we were looking at for the guy who had the first down marker was shy.
Yeah,
okay. You're right, Steve.
I think they ended up getting it right in the end.
Cowboy ball.
Walker's not going to be super happy about that, but they did start right at the 35-yard line, and they were short of the 45, so it should be a turnover on downs.
So Breckenridge will take over, try to add to this 6-0 lead. You can't blame head coach Aaron Pfeiffer for trying. Get him out there to measure it. Cowboys going to come out with that pistol set where they got Armitage lined up behind Evans and Erlinson to the right of him. I like that they kind of move the guys around, keep everyone guessing, and also gives other guys an opportunity to kind of shine at different things. Armitage. Only one carry so far. Erlinson's got a couple carries. Billy Evans has got a few as well. And they're going to fake the handoff, rolling out to the right. Evans zips it to Erlinson, catches this one, makes one man miss. He's going up the sideline. David Erlinson cuts it inside, and then cuts it again, and 6.
Nice play.
Decided to snap some ankles by the goal line. David Erlinson with a 44-yard touchdown.
Nice ball by Bailey Evans and nice catch and run there by David.
What instincts to cut that one inside at the end of that run, because he had like 3 guys and he just cut perfect lane.
Yeah, I thought Dawson Weinbar did a really nice job downfield. Also had a.
You see him toss the hands up like I'm not going to be hitting anyone in the back here. I'm not getting a penalty.
Buzzed the tower a little bit, showed he didn't hit the guy in the back, and allowed David to cut back off of his butt.
Talk about the momentum swing too, because 5 minutes ago Walker-Hackensack-Akeley thought they were getting the ball back.
Yeah, they had it in the red zone.
And now we're going to go up the middle with Lawson Oliphant. We'll see if he's going to get in for 2, and he does.
Good. Big 2-point conversion there for the Cowboys.
Makes it a 14-0 game. We'll take a very quick break, come back. With the Cowboys up 14-0 against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, you're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field. Breckenridge just made it a 12-0 game with a beautiful 44-yard scoring hookup between Bailey Evans and David Erlinson. And David took that. He was kind of making up for that drop, I think, a little bit. You know, he had that one that he dropped in the flats. They threw him probably an even tougher one to haul in on that one. But he not only hauled it in, but kind of just bounced all over the field. That ended up going in for 6. And I think that Walker-Hackensack-Akeley player did have a chance at making the stop right when he hauled it in, but just didn't make the play. And Coach Frazier is going to be scooping up the kick return, and he's going to get close to the 40, but a little shy. So Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will take over just shy of the 40, and a little bit more about that run, Steve. And look how he just, how much of the field he covered. You know, he's up by the right sideline. Looked like he was just going to be trying to take it up the sideline and going in for 6. Figured out he had a good angle to cut toward the middle of the field and played it beautifully. Used his block like we were talking about with Dawson Weinbar.
Yeah, absolutely. Got vertical down the sidelines. Felt like the guy had the angle on him. Cut back and like you said, Turner broke a guy's ankles there at the end. So to get in.
Yeah, they're going to have to ice those after this game, that's for sure. I formation, pair receivers out to the right. Cowboys showing blitz, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley is going to get sacked. And
there
that's Tucker Shockert. Tucker Shockert had a very nice game last week, and he's looking to pick up where he left off, the Shocker backer.
Yep, moving those linebackers around a little bit and not giving the offensive line a clean look or a consistent look. So they're not going to the same place every time.
I'd say he's one of a kind if I didn't just cover his brother for a few years. You know? The Shocker backer, that's a patented position in this family. And we'll call that a loss of 6 on the play. So Brock lost 6 yards on that one. Technically his first carry of the game. They say we got running backs to take care of that work. Brock working out of the gun. Looking in to throw it out to the flats to their running back. Frazier hauls it in and trying to cut up the sideline and gets pushed out of bounds. Jacob Kunkel once again. We've said his name quite a few times. And David Erlinson's gonna be getting some complaints from the equipment people. Oh boy,
a little muddy on that one. Turner got into a soft spot on the field, and David did a nice job of staying inside out. Forced him to the sidelines, and like my old football coach used to say in college, the sideline never misses a tackle. So
there you go. I like that. I'm going to steal that. And I'm going to act like I made it up. 3rd and 16. 8:27 remaining as the clock stopped when he went out of bounds. Another Queens look. 2 receivers out to each side, running back to the right of the QB. And Brock going to do a quick little shovel pass to Frazier, and he's going to try to make some guys miss on the left side, and he does. And he ends up going to come up a couple of yards shy of the first down, but for how that play developed, they got a lot more yards than I bet they thought they were going to.
Yeah, they're drawing up some nice plays for Frazier, getting them out in space. Again, Dawson Weinbar and Bailey Evans, the 2 seniors, there to stop them just short of the first down. So we'll see. They've had some tough decisions here right around midfield if they're going to go for it or punt. And
I think that's the beauty of the kind of the rugby punt thing, though. You know, even though they've kind of got burned on it a couple times, but that's kind of the nice thing about it. It's kind of a best of both worlds kind of thing.
Absolutely, it makes the defense or special teams for the opponent plan just a little bit different, and prevents some of those setup.
And I'm sure the Cowboys saw that plenty on tape. But this time we're going to see the traditional punt set. Daggle's going to boot it away, and I'm hearing Peter, but yeah, it looks like they're not going to return that. Down at about the 24-yard line. So that's where the Cowboys will take over. They scored on the first play of their last drive, so we'll see how long it takes them this time if they're going to be able to get back in the end zone. 7:59 remaining this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, which it is a 14-0 game. My apologies. Made sure to update after the TD, just not the 2-point conversion, evidently.
I like that decision by Coach Yagi by keeping all 11 guys up, playing it like it's going to be a potential fake or again, that rugby putt going for it, and just living with the consequences where the ball stops.
And just kind of look at, the success that they've had returning the ball, so far this year. You'd rather, not get burnt than try to risk it all and try to get a big return when they haven't run one back this year, I don't think. So Bailey Evans fakes the handoff, cuts it to the left, makes a beautiful cut, and then it gets wrapped out of bounds. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a flag, and we do.
Yep.
And, I hate to kind of put guys on the spot. Alexander Daigle there definitely was playing it a little too aggressively. It was clearly out of bounds, but decided to go with the kind of the pile drive, throw down out of bounds. But why I say I don't really like put him on the spot is because I kind of saw him getting into it with another player at the end of a play, so I was like, okay, kind of keep an eye on that one just in case we see something that's kind of up in the air. But that was a big game by Evans that'll also have a 15 yards thrown onto it.
That could be a little frustration from what's just been going on throughout this whole game and
throughout the whole season.
No excuses for that for sure, though.
When you come into the game looking for your second win of the year, you're at the bottom of the section, of a section that we've already kind of talked about is not exactly the most loaded section in the state of Minnesota. So we'll see if I can put my Breckenridge mathlete hat on here really quick and figure out what kind of a gain that was. We'll call it a gain of 16 plus the 15-yard penalty. My apologies, trying to figure that out as Paul Armitage gets the handoff for another big gain. Ends up going for the hurdle. Good thing I got the camera back by then. That was beautiful. Ended up getting tripped up in the air, but a solid gain there from Armitage.
Yeah, nice play. Found the seam, hit it hard, finished the run hard, finished it aggressive, and
gain of 13.
Gain of 13. Looks like the offensive line is figuring out their assignments a little bit up front. Some good chunk gains here, and that's really what Breckenridge does well is a little misdirection, keeps them guessing. Getting Bailey involved in that run game really just makes the defense account for another guy out on the field.
All right, 18 yards was how long that Bailey run was. I literally had to think about it that long.
You were close.
Because I remember they took over on the 23, so you got the 27. There you go. We're close at least. First down. Fake the handoff. Evans under pressure. Throws it to a diving Albertson. I don't know if Caleb Albertson hauled that in. Looks like he did.
Yep, looked like a nice catch. Just a little bit behind him by Bailey there.
Good adjustment.
Nice adjustment. Picked up a few yards.
Gain of 3 on the play. First catch of the game. And Cooper Roberts, we saw him when he was playing tight end, kind of get a lot of action as a receiver. But Caleb Albertson, has been doing a great job as kind of more of a blocker for this Breckenridge team. So we haven't really seen him get a whole lot of opportunities. But like we talked about earlier, we got a lot of guys to try to get the ball to. So
a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, that they do. Erlinson, one of them. He's going to cut it up and take the pile with him. It's going to be close to a first down. 6:18 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 14-0 Breckenridge lead.
Nice job falling forward there. Finishing every run, falling forward is something that I know the Breckenridge really emphasizes.
6-yard gain for David Erlinson. Another former Cowboy that we're going to shout out here that I remember my cousin was always raving that was always falling forward, Travis Miranowski. It's one of the wrestlers, wrestling running backs.
Absolutely.
Good tradition of that around here, I'm told. Full house pistol. Once again, one running back to each side of Evans, and Evans has the snap go right through his hands. He tries to scoop it up, and it looks like Walker-Hackensack-Akeley is on it, and unless the Cowboys were able to get back on it, but I don't think they were.
It's tough to see. It looks like they're moving the chains.
Yeah, Wolves recovered it. Second fumble that they've recovered. There was definitely, when you take into account the conditions of tonight, there might have been a little too much zip on that snap. Second fumble lost by the Cowboys today. Currently down in the turnover battle, 2-1. So Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will take over with 5:35 remaining on their own 35. They'll start off with a handoff off tackle to Frazier. And it looks like that was Brian Martinez, the first man there to haul him down. Brian Martinez. I'm going to shout out that cowboy collar looking nice. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I had one of those when I played. Maybe got back to the line. Oh, they give him a yard. All right. I'm all right with that. Karch Frazier.
The Cowboys have done a nice job of, stopping their base package plays and making them go to some different options that maybe they're not quite as comfortable with.
And this is a day where you don't exactly want to be throwing it, with how wet the field conditions are. So getting them into passing downs has been crucial tonight. I formation. Ooh, almost got a couple guys to jump, but they're going to go with the handoff. Frazier up again. And, oh, boy, can he move a pile. Cowboys got about 4 guys there trying to slow him down, but that's still going to be about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, nice gain there. Looks about like 3rd and 2 to me, Turner.
So I'll give him gain of, 7 on the play. Heck of a run there, doing a good job pushing the pile. If you get past the D lineman, you got a lot better chance to be pushing the pile because those D linemen have been stacking these runs up.
Yeah, a little more head of steam and
3rd and a long 1. Wolves trying to move the sticks here. They're going to go up the middle with their fullback, Joe Haid, and it looks like he's going to get it, but Eli Butts on the tackle, Alan Martinez as well. Haid moves the sticks. You need 1 yard. You may as well go with your senior fullback. That's what you got him for.
Absolutely. A little quick hitter up the middle.
Over on the left hash on the 46-yard line. 3:54 remaining in this opening half. Breckenridge up 14-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard or your Action Realty scoreboard if you're watching the video stream. Beautiful night for football. I didn't think it was going to be this nice out. I'm pleasantly surprised. 1st and 10 for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. They're going to go off right tackle. And Brian Martinez once again tripping him up.
Nice play by Martinez there.
Did a good job of getting low and tripping him up. Maybe a 1-yard gain for Frazier, so.
Yeah, it looked like he was almost on the back side of that play and was able to get across the offensive lineman's face and penetrate and trip up the running back in the backfield.
You could tell he didn't know anyone was there. Like, he was running, he thought he had some decent room to operate. All of a sudden, gets his legs taken out from under him from behind. I formation, 1 receiver to each side. Tight end to the right. Brock shows pass and then does a draw. Oh, they've had some good success on that draw, but the running back got tripped up on that one and fell into Eli Butts. Not the ideal place to fall.
Yep, there it was again. The Cowboys looked much more ready for it that time compared to the last 2 or 3 times they've ran that play.
Oh, yeah. That draw was killer on that 24-yard run that Frazier had earlier. So it will remain 3rd and 9 after that gain of maybe about half a yard. Breckenridge up 14-0. 2:30 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard here in the opening half. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley trying to get their 2nd win of the year. Breckenridge trying to end the regular season 4-4. Haid up the middle, and that time I believe it was Brian Martinez again.
Brian Martinez and Armitage.
Yep, causing some havoc.
Absolutely.
And it looks like we got a timeout called. You see, I believe the Cowboys took that one. They want to have some time left to put some more points on the board here. So we'll take a quick break. This timeout brought to you by Hike Camp Construction. 2:16 remaining in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys up 14-0. You're listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
After that Hike Camp Construction timeout, we are back. Breckenridge leading 14-0 against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. 2:16 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You know, sometimes you get a little bit of deja vu, and if I were to say I was getting deja vu, this kind of reminds me of the New York Mills game, where they kind of got off to the slow start they weren't exactly looking for, had a 14-0 lead, and we'll see if they get the same result and end up pulling away here as the rest of this game goes on, as that is a nice punt. That's the downside of having to honor that rugby punt, even when you're 90% sure they're going to end up booting it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes the defense, like I said earlier, plan for another aspect of the kicking game and gets that roll all the way down to looks like about the 12-yard line.
Yep, Cowboys going to take over inside their own 20, and that's the other downside of it is you can't really shift up the personnel too much because you got to kind of keep everybody where they need to be. So you got your free safety back there. Not that Bailey Evans wouldn't be a competent punt returner, but that's not what he usually does. So maybe a little bit out of his comfort zone. So usually they got Dawson Weinbar or one of the Armitage boys back there. And Cowboys got to get the shotgun snaps under control. They're going to go with a beautiful counter play. They've scored on this once this year, I believe. That was Jacob Kunkel getting the handoff. Or maybe I'm getting mixed up with that reverse that I liked so much. So we'll see how many yards they give Kunkel on that one.
That was a nice play design there.
6-yard gain for Kunkel. We'll see if Breckenridge is kind of getting that sense of urgency. We got not a whole lot of time here. I know they get the ball to start the second half, but they're going to be kicking themselves if they don't put some points on the board here going into halftime. Full house pistol set. Erlinson to the right. Armitage to the left. Oliphant behind Evans. Evans fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a good lane to run through, but Walker-Hackensack-Akeley closed it up nicely. That looked like that was, parting of the Red Sea, but that was a good collapse there by Josh Lico. Ended up not getting anything on that play for Evans.
Yeah, going back to that punt again, Turner, having to keep your defensive players on the field is typically on fourth down is typically a time you see some fresh legs get in and gives those starters a little breather. And let's see what's going on here.
Looks
timeout.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, it looks like the Wolves maybe didn't like the look they were getting there, so they were going to take a timeout. I mean, you can't take them into the second half, so you may as well use them right now. We got a 14-0 ball game here. Cowboys in the lead on their home field, and their regular season finale, 54 seconds remaining. Cowboys up 14-0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. We got a 14-0 Cowboy lead. 54 seconds remaining here in the opening half. What's the play call, Steve?
3rd and 4. I don't know. Some kind of misdirection, I would guess.
Fake the handoff to one guy, maybe go with another one. Or maybe a little play action quick hitter, maybe. We'll see. Bailey Evans waiting on the snap. He's going to fake the quick hitter, looking deep, and he's just going to take it himself, cut it up the left sideline, and he's going to get tackled out of bounds. Hey, on that one, you got to flop on that one, Bailey Evans. I hope he goes back and watches that. You got to flop on that one. If they're going to be swinging you around, you got to fall over on that.
Yeah, especially being the quarterback, they got to protect him out of bounds there.
Well, he got the first down, so we'll give him that. But
that was a great decision by Bailey. The looked like Dawson ran a little double move. The Wolves didn't fall for it, and he tucked it and got that first down.
I got Evans so far for 8 carries for 38 yards. And unfortunately, because he's the quarterback, he's going to get tagged with a pair of fumbles lost as well. But this time, almost mishandled that one too, faking the handoff. And he throws it to Erlinson on the right side. He makes a man miss, but there is a flag on the play. Makes another man miss, and now he's cutting around. And oh boy, Erlinson trying to still make something out of nothing over by the sideline, but once again, this is likely coming back.
That one's coming back, Turner.
And I see Brian Martinez is back there, so I don't know if he was the offensive lineman that they're going to say was holding on this one. I assume it's holding. Moving back. This penalty brought to you by State Farm Agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick, local State Farm Agents in Wapton and Breckenridge. And it is a hold. I'll back them up. That's tough before halftime. I mean, they still had a lot of yards to, get to the end zone if they were going to put some points on the board here. We'll see if they're going to stick with that plan or if they're just going to take this 2-touchdown lead into halftime. They do get the ball to start the second half, so we'll keep that in mind. We'll see what head coach Carson Yagi is. And that is a, second and quite long. And now the clock's running, so I would not be surprised. We're actually going to see some Wildcat action. David Erlinson taking the snap, Paul Armitage in the backfield. We like to see some read option out of this. Erlinson's going to fake the handoff and then go up the right side, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and taken down by a couple Wolves. Close to the first down marker, but I believe they're just going to take that into halftime unless they're actually going to take a timeout. I'm all right with that. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was surprised to see a little different formation there, having a different guy receiving the ball at the quarterback position.
Yep, 19-yard gain out of it.
The amount of time left and the position on the field. So.
Exactly. So Breckenridge will have a 2nd and 1, 7.8 seconds remaining. This timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Presumably the last play of this first half coming up next.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. Presumably the last play of the first half. Cowboys got 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to fake the handoff, and they're going to go out of the Wildcat once again. Erlinson trying to make something happen, and makes a big gain out of it. And they're going to take a timeout. We'll actually hang here for the timeout. And that Wildcat set, I don't know if we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the postseason. You know, I've seen it a couple times this year, and I really like what they've run out of it. I haven't seen anything, kind of backfiring. I think the only downside is, with the Wildcat sets, a lot of times that can obviously get a little predictable.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe having the ball not in Bailey's hands where there is that throwing aspect involved. It takes a little bit more one-dimensional, like you said. You know they're going to keep it on the ground, but where on the ground is the question at that point.
Erlinson having not too shabby of a day so far on the ground. I got him for 9 yards a pop for 45 yards on 5 carries, about 45 yards. And then he's also got the 47 yards through the air on 2 catches. So, only 7 touches for almost 100 yards. Not too bad of a first half for sure. And still got some time to run one more play. Bailey Evans back at the quarterback spot. Working out of the pistol. Armitage behind him. She's going to throw it looks like they were looking for the hook and ladder to Erlinson, but Kunkel ended up dropping that one. Tough break for the Cowboys. I mean, there was a guy that Erlinson would have had to get by, but it was a one-on-one, which Cowboys will take those odds every time. But we'll take a quick break. Cowboys heading in the locker room up 14-0. Before we jump into the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, wanted to give you a quick look at what we're going to run through. We're going to obviously go over the scoring plays as well as the stats. So if it ends up being a long commercial break, that means I'm not very good at adding up stats. And also we're going to run through, revisit the keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wahpeton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride, We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
And welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff here. Cowboys lead 14-0 here at halftime against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. And, as I've mentioned a few times, Breckenridge came into this as the heavy, our Walker-Hackensack-Akeley came in as the heavy underdogs in this ball game. But, the elements have been one factor. Cowboys have coughed up a couple turnovers that were kind of uncharacteristic, as well as, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley just coming out and, playing a solid first half. What do you think of what you saw from the Wolves so far?
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to give some credit to Walker-Hackensack-Akeley here, and they really played well. Kind of like the last few games that you've seen, their scores have been a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
A sloppier half from Breckenridge looks a lot like the field, but look, the second quarter they started getting things rolling a little bit, and hopefully they can keep that going in the second half.
And I think they opened up the pass game a little more than I expected. 8 passes, in the opening half, so they're on pace for 16, which is, pretty average. But at the same time, it's a very wet field, and it's not like they're playing from way behind or anything. So I don't know. They just kind of threw it a little more than I expected. Maybe that was kind of more of a response to Breckenridge shutting down the run game pretty well.
Yep. Being a two-dimensional team is important, and even in field conditions like this, it's important to be able to throw the ball. And
it looks like Breckenridge so far has only had to throw it 5 times so far. And,
Walker, you're talking.
Oh, yeah, Walker. Yep. But I was just looping back. Breckenridge, they need to get two-dimensional, get with the program. But we'll run through the scoring first, and then we'll bop into these stats. First quarter, 1 touchdown was scored. Bailey Evans went in from 12 yards out. 2-point conversion was no good to make it 6-0. And then Bailey Evans hooked up with David Erlinson on so far what has been the play of the game, a 44-yard scoring hookup where Erlinson, that was probably one of his better plays of the entire season, scoring that one. And then lost an all-fun, went in for the 2-point conversion, make it a 14-0 game here at the half. And that came with 9:26 remaining in the second quarter, while the first touchdown came with 8:57 remaining in the first quarter. So now a quick look at your stat breakdown. Unofficial stats, as always. Start out Bailey Evans, 4 for 5, 68 yards. And then Parker also touchdown. Almost forgot to throw that in there. Parker Brock, 4 for 8 for 26 yards so far and an interception. Running the ball, I got David Erlinson, 5 carries for 46 yards, so averaging about 9 yards a pop. 8 carries for 38 yards for Bailey Evans and a touchdown, I might add. Then we got 2 carries for 15 yards for Paul Armitage, so expect to see a lot more of him in the second half. 1 carry for 6 yards for Jacob Kunkel, 2 carries for 4 yards for Lawson Oliphant, but he also had that 2-point conversion rush. And then leading rushers for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley so far, 12 carries for 49 yards for Karch Frazier, and then 5 carries for 8 yards for Joe Haid. catching the ball. We'll just go through Breckenridge's, because those are unofficial enough. You don't want me to get into the other teams, too, which are going to be really, really, really unofficial. So far, David Erlandson has 2 catches for 47 yards, 1 catch for 18 yards for Jacob Kunkel, and then 1 catch for 3 yards for Caleb Albertson. So that is a look at, by the way, got to get the defensive stats in there. Obviously, got to show some love to the defense. I got Tucker Shocker for a sack so far. And then an interception by Dawson Weinbar as well, to end that one drive. That was on a 4th down, so that was on a play where it looked like there was going to be a stop anyways. So that was a nice stop there by Dawson Weinbar to come up with a big play here as we continue the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. We'll take a quick break, and we're going to revisit those keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals. You're listening to the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, your number 1 grain marketing and agriculture supply company.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number 1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here along with Steven Erlandson, and we're going to revisit our keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors, small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors in Wapton. And, you know, we talked about the offense, got to win the war up front, you know, win the line of scrimmage, and I think they got better as the first half went on. You know, it kind of started off, I thought that the Wolves were kind of stacking them up pretty well, but I think they really have kind of settled in more as the first half has come along.
I thought so too, Turner. They started running a little bit more misdirection. You saw Jacob Kunkel on kind of a counter play. Bailey Evans has been keeping the ball a little bit more in the second quarter, and I think that's really helped the offensive line get some angles and keep the defense guessing.
And they've done a good job, and on the few pass plays they've done a good job of taking care of Bailey back there. I know that they purposely run these rollouts to make a more of a conscious effort to take care of Bailey on these, but I don't know. I think they've done a good job in protection, save for one holding call, that got a big gain waved off. But I thought the offensive line looked better, as the half went on, as I said. And then we talked about the turnovers, and, I will say, usually I'm one to automatically admit that I'm wrong, but hear me out, people. Breckenridge, they lost the turnover battle, and you're like, well, they're up by 2 touchdowns, so it's not like that ended up being a big factor. I disagree, because I think that if you ask players on Breckenridge, if you ask the coaches, I would think that they would say they underperformed. I know you shouldn't complain when you got a 2-touchdown lead, but I think they would say they played below their expectations, and I think the turnovers were a factor in that.
Absolutely. I think Coach Yeage's going to probably try to light a fire underneath these guys at halftime, just to have them playing at the highest level they can before heading into playoffs next week.
And I'm not 100% sure, how all this QRF is going to shake out and whatnot, but I will add, we got a score update. Stables Motley was taking on Wadena Deer Creek tonight and had a 49-0 lead at halftime. Yikes! That would not be exactly very fun. That's more points than Breckenridge scored on Wadena all of the entire last game last week, and that is just the opening half, mind you. So 14-0 here at the half. As we continue the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, they got the Wolves warming up. Cowboys just kind of wrapped up their stretching. So we'll take a quick break, come back with your second half. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Actually, we will hang here because it looks like they're a little closer to the half than we expected. So we'll probably just hang here for a bit longer as Cowboys, once again, get the ball to start off the second half. They won the opening coin toss and deferred, so that ended up paying off for them. And why they didn't have to be exactly crazy aggressive on that last drive heading into the opening half. But you know what? I guess we'll take one little quick break here before we jump into the third quarter. Give Steve and I a little break here. Take a quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football. Third quarter coming up next.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
And that'll do it for the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Once again, the Cowboys will be receiving the second half kick. And I don't think we've seen us, I'm going to try to do the kind of reverse jinx here. I don't think we've seen a special teams touchdown from the Cowboys yet this year. So that is something that they always try to get at least one a year. That's kind of a Breckenridge tradition. Whenever you go through a whole season without running back a kick or a punt, it kind of feels like you forgot to do something,
Yeah, absolutely. I remember back in the day, Coach Fredrickson would always have great special teams dialed up for us.
We take pride in our special teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hear him saying it right now. We take pride in our special teams.
It can be a big difference maker in the game.
It can be. Yep. We've seen some great returners come through this program, and the Armitage boys back there. I think this is gonna be fun to see which one of them is gonna be home. This one back. We saw Paul. We know Paul's capable. He ran one back in the state tournament game. That was the lone lone touchdown they got against Minneota last year. So we'll see if he can repeat that magic here.
I feel like Breckenridge has seen a lot more pooch kicks and squib kicks, and
it looks like
than we used to as well.
They've done the scouting report because you see how close up they are. They got the returners already on the 25. So up further than they usually are, at least by 5 yards. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley getting ready to boot this one away. Get the second half rolling, and they kick it to, looks like Paul Armitage, or actually Gabe has it. Gabe Armitage trying to hit the hole hard. Follows his four horsemen perfectly. Returns it to about the 45. Love that discipline.
Yeah,
and trusting your blockers.
Built a wall, trust those guys, get right behind them, and nice return there by Gabe.
I don't think there's anything more frustrating for the coaches to watch when you see that they don't trust the wall and the hole is there. Some guys coming off on the kick return team. We got Gavin Hoffert as well as Cooper Roberts. Also coming off the field, we got number 14, Logan Church. We had a pick 6 earlier this year, might I add. Charlie Craychaw as well. My cousin Charlie getting some action on the kick return team. And now, speaking of familial relations, you got to tell David not to jump there. David Erlinson jumped a little early there before the play started, so that'll back him up 5 yards.
Yeah, I'll have to remind him of that one after the game.
He'll beat you to it, he said. I know I jumped, yeah. You don't want to talk about that touchdown I had? You want to talk about my ball start?
First thing I say, I'm sure.
Your dad already did it, I bet.
Yeah.
14-0, Breckenridge up against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, now backed up to just shy of the 40. Over on the left hash, full house pistol. Oh, Paul Armitage is way back behind Evans. He gets the handoff and is hitting it with a head full of steam, and boy, looks like backing up really helped out because he got a nice gain out of that. Kept the legs churning. Call it a gain of about 12, I'd call it.
Yeah, nice run there by Paul. Like you mentioned, he only had 2 runs in the first half, so they're probably going to try to get him a little more involved this half, and that's a good start.
I know I said that about David last week, though. I was like, I can't believe he only had this many halves at halftime. Expect to see more of him, and then they just kind of did the same thing. But looks like they are going to go with Armitage once again up the middle. Got the first down and a little more. Call it a gain of 4 or 5 for the first down. And, as someone who played the position, I would love to hear kind of your take on the differing running styles for Armitage and Erlinson for the 2 standout running backs for the Cowboys.
Absolutely. I think they complement each other well. David being a little bit bigger, I think. I think they probably weigh similar. Paul's probably a little bit taller, a little faster. David's a little more downhill runner, but can also make a guy miss. So having that 1-2 punch there at the running back position is so important especially for the offense that the Cowboys run.
Bailey Evans dropped back to pass, ended up throwing it incomplete. And Dawson Weinbar getting ready to run in the play. Both big play threats, though, that is for sure. You love to have 2 guys that can bust off a big run really at any time.
Yeah, it's hard to differentiate between.
And they're both physical, too.
They are.
I mean, it's like a different kind of physicality, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just what you were just saying with the body types. And I really love, watching both of them run. It's like 2 different flavors. It's fun to see it.
Absolutely.
Offset pistol set. Evans is going to keep it himself. I don't know if that was the plan, but Evans is going to bust off a big gain. Would you say that was a designed run? I'm not 100% sure. It kind of looked like it was a little bit of a broken play. Let's go with it.
It did look like a broken play, Turner. It looked like he put the ball out to hand it off, and maybe a miscommunication again in the backfield, and took off and got what he could. And
part of me thought that the snap might have been
25 yards or
might have been mishandled. 20-yard gain, it looks like.
20-yard gain, all right.
Part of me was thinking it was maybe the snap was a little high for him, and he's like, oh boy, we just gotta take what we can get here and try to make something happen here. So 20 yards is what he's gonna have to settle for. I thought he was gonna be how hard he hit that hole. I thought he was gonna be busting an even longer run. Evans looking down the field to throw it and almost picked off. Heck of a play there in coverage. And that is number 14 on the coverage, Caleb Crow, 6'1", 149 junior on the coverage. And I did not see who the intended receiver was. Was that Dawson Weinbar? No, Dawson Weinbar definitely wasn't because he just ran in the play.
It looked like it could have been Kunkel.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly either.
Back-to-back incomplete passes from Evans to open up this second half after being 4 for 5 in the opening half. Already more incompletions in back-to-back plays or in 2 plays. And in the whole first half, we'll see if they get that under control, if they're going to go back to the run game. And straight handoff up to Armitage, and I don't know how he got out of that one. I thought he was going to be wrapped up, and all of a sudden I see he's about 4 yards away from the guy who I thought was going to be tackling him. So nice run there by Armitage into the Titan Machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wapaton.
Yeah, you can really see the Breckenridge offensive line kind of taking control of the line of scrimmage here early in the second half. Nothing fancy from the Cowboys so far, and they've had big chunk plays.
More carries from Armitage on this one drive than we saw him get in the whole first half. And with those 3 carries, I got him for 30 yards. So 10 yards a pop, not too bad. And they're on the 11-yard line. So maybe just get 11 more yards here, Paul, and you're in for 6. Armitage gets the handoff up the middle. And he cuts it to the left side, and he's rumbling by the goal line. We'll see if he gets in. And it looks like he's going to be close. So 10-yard gain sets up first and goal from the 1.
Yeah, I was able to pick up the first down, but not quite the touchdown on that one.
He didn't listen to me.
I know.
I said we need 11 out of you. We got 10? Come on now. You know, it's kind of hard to see from this angle where it actually is. But, yeah, it is the 1. Had to double check. So first and goal from the 1. Full house pistol set. And they're going to go with Armitage once again. And he's going to walk it in for 6. That's probably the easiest touchdown of his career. Paul Armitage. 5 carries on that drive for 41 yards. 8 yards a carry. Not too shabby.
Yep, did the dirty work most of the way down the field and was rewarded with a nice, easy touchdown run there that was blocked up nice by the Cowboys offensive line.
Did he even get touched on that one?
I don't know. I don't think. Not till he handed it to the ref, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so. So it makes it 20-0. We'll see what they do to try to add on to it. Going to go with the 2-point conversion once again. Seems like if they mess up 1 extra point, they just kind of throw that away for the rest of the game. Armitage up the middle for the 2-point conversion, and that might have been even easier than the last run. Paul Armitage, the standout of that drive, going in for 6, and then 2 more. Cowboys now up 22-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. Breckenridge takes it down the field for a 1-yard touchdown by Paul Armitage, and that was the Paul Armitage drive. I don't know if he told Coach Yegi, if you don't give it to me almost every play on this next drive, we're going to have some words after this. So, he really showed what he was capable of on that one. Once again, I got him for 41 yards on 5 carries.
Yeah, awesome drive by the whole offense. It takes 11 guys to get the job done. So Paul did a great job of carrying the ball there.
Trey Bolgebacher puts it deep. Hauled in by Frazier. He's had a busy day running the ball today and gets a perfect lane and is wrapped up after getting through a line of Cowboys, and Cooper Roberts making the stop to save the touchdown possibly. The only man he had to beat had a lineman's number, so that usually isn't very promising for a team who's trying to stop a touchdown from happening.
I don't always like their chances in a foot race with those bigger numbers sometimes, Turner, but nice play by Roberts there to bring him down and prevent that.
They're saying, Coach Christensen's probably the one talking to him. Hey, thanks. You kept the shutout streak going, baby. Cowboys giving up 6 points over the last 2 games. Pitched a shutout last week, their first of the season. Cowboys showing blitz once again. They run up the middle with Frazier, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards and a little bit of extracurricular activity there. I believe that was Alan Martinez getting a little flustered at the end of that play. Decided to toss a lineman across the field, but Frazier's going to run for about 3 yards.
Yeah, more of the same there from Walker, handing off to kind of their go-to guy, Frazier.
I got him for 52 yards on 13 carries so far. A little over 4 yards a carry. If I'm wrong on that, don't tell Mr. Goldaddy. All right, 2nd and 8. 8:18 remaining in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 22-0. Breckenridge in the lead here on their home field. Final game of the regular season. Frazier up the middle. And Cowboys win. They're very likely locked in at the 2 seed. Not going to be catching Parker's Prairie at this point, but I mean, I don't really know how the QRF works, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to catch a team that beat them with 1 or 2 more wins, but we'll see. Frazier that time. I don't think they're getting leapfrog, though. That is if they win this game. I'm pretty confident in that. So sets up a 3rd and 4. Back-to-back 3-yard carries from Frazier. Messiest jersey on the field, I think. And they're going to pitch it out to the left. Looking to cut it up, and I believe Vogelbacher is the first man there. You see Bailey Evans there trying to strip it loose. Vogelbacher is someone who I came into the season really excited about because I kind of got to see him show what he was capable of on special teams last year, and the guy's kind of can lay some wood. So I was pretty excited to see what he was doing this year, and he's really turned it on the second half of the season. Love to see it.
Yeah, you mentioned Turner his 3-turnover game.
Oh,
just having a nose for the ball. That was a couple weeks ago now, I believe, and he's really done some good things on that.
You know when they say
side.
Trust your gut. So he got an interception, and my gut was 99% sure that it was Trey. But then it got announced that it was Bailey Evans. So the whole time I was doing the rest of the broadcast, I was like, well, they're probably right. Only to go back and watch the tape later and see it was Trey, and I was giving Bailey Evans an interception. But 4th down, Brock throws it and has it batted away. Look who it was, Trey Vogelbacher,
nice
almost
play.
getting the pick. Oh, he's mad he didn't pick that off.
No. He wanted that chain on Turner.
Yeah, that turnover chain. I love that.
4th down, it all counts the same, but he wanted that one.
So give me the chain anyways. Basically a turnover. It's a turnover on downs. He's talking with defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen. He's done a very good job running this defense. Talk about a tandem of young coaches. I mean, we're older than them, so we can call them young, so that's good. Carson Yagi and Jordan Christensen, and then a lot of other young coaches on the staff. But those two, obviously, Carson being the head coach and Jordan running the defense, they kind of take a lot of the work. So that was a jet sweep. I'll call that actually a handoff to David Erlinson. A lot of those are just push passes. So I believe that was actually a genuine handoff.
It looked like it was almost a hybrid where he didn't quite get close enough to the quarterback and almost shoveled it in there. But
now do we get a flag on the play?
Uh-oh.
That wasn't on the sideline, was it? Because I saw the referee by the sideline threw it. Maybe there was a flag before that and I just didn't see it. We'll see. I should never speculate. Yeah, we'll see. All right, 12 men on the field. The general consensus here in the press box. This penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents in Wapton and Breckenridge.
Yeah, it looks like Walker's backing up and 12 men on the field.
About a 4-yard gain on that one, though. We're calling that a run play, right? I'm pretty sure that was, but
It was. I'm not sure where they're marking it off from. They're discussing it right now.
Don't want to hurt your brother's yards per carry too bad, but call that a 4-yard gain. And then the penalty. So Cowboys getting nice chunk of yardage here to the 40. So we got 40 yards to hit pay dirt. 6:16 remaining in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Or if you're watching on our video stream, our Action Realty scoreboard. 22-0 Breckenridge leads Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Pistol set. They fake the handoff. Bailey Evans actually almost trips, but he's able to throw it, and it is dropped. The intended receiver was Caleb Albertson. I thought they were going to try to go that flood route again, so I'm running the camera, and I got stuck on Erlinson waiting for him to reel it in, but it looks like they were looking for Albertson, and he might have short-armed it a little bit.
Yeah,
that's my guess, at
it
least.
was looked like he almost just lost his footing a little bit as he was trying to catch the ball, and a great ball by Bailey. Put it right on him, but
and way to recover after almost stumbling back there.
Yeah, great ball. He'll get it next time. He's going to want that one back, though.
For sure. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. They're going to work out of the shotgun set. One running back to each side. They motion Dawson Weinbar over to the left side. Fake the handoff. Bailey Evans is going to keep it himself. Sheds one tackler. And now he's going to be upended. I believe that's Crow on the tackle. Love the sportsmanship helping him up afterward.
Yep, looks like a first down. Yep, first down for the Cowboys.
It's like a gain of 10, maybe 11. Gain, we'll call it 11. Always boosting stats. That's why I don't coach. All my guys would be breaking school records every night.
It's like playing Madden back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. 11-yard rush. Down at the 29, knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone. 5:35 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And Breckenridge's offense running like a fine-tuned machine here in the second half. Other than the incomplete passes, I guess. But the run game is looking pretty fantastic. As Paul Armitage is trying to keep with that theme. Cuts it up nicely, and the Wolves played that pretty well.
I like that run by Paul. He really pressed his lead blocker, David Erlinson, and made a cut off his butt. Didn't commit to cutting up too soon, which takes away the outside outside corner. So
how much do you like that handoff action where not only do you hand it off, but you got two guys leading up the shoot for you?
Yeah, you can't beat that. Student body left and right.
There you go.
I like that play call.
I know I was talking to – I mean, it's a different system this year, but I was talking to Carson Yagi, and he's just like, just because we're running out of gun doesn't mean we're not running a lot of the same stuff that is traditional for Cowboy football. So, oh, boy. And now we got a high snap that Bailey Evans is able to track down. That could have been the third fumble that they've given up, but instead Evans is going to try to get a first down out of it. It's going to be just a yard or two shy, so dodged a bullet on that one. But, you know, I love the competitiveness to try to scoop it up and make something out of that, but at the same time, you know, down the road in a one-score game or something like that, you might just want to just dive on that with kind of how it's been going so far. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think Bailey felt like he had enough time, and he got a nice clean hop, which helps, which you don't always get with the shape of a football, but he's able to scoop it up on one hop and get what he could.
Full house pistol. They're going to go Boston Oliphant. And it looks like he's going to get the first down. Needed 2 yards. Got that at least. And into the Titan Machinery red zone, I believe. Yep, 4-yard gain. Oliphant's third carry of the game. First of the second half. Cowboys move the sticks into the Titan Machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wahpeton. 3:34 remaining here in the third quarter. Cowboys have scored 1 touchdown in all 3 quarters, trying to make this their first multi-score quarter. Billy Evans rolling out to the right after faking a handoff. Zips it to a one-open receiver, and a diving catch is made by Jacob Kunkel. His second grab of the game.
Great play. Great catch by Kunkel, going down to get it a little bit low. Slid down, caught it with the body. Made sure he secured the catch.
I did an interview with Dawson Weinbar earlier this year, and he was talking about him, Jacob Kunkel, and Bailey Evans getting out to run routes all the time. And the chemistry between those 3 senior captains is just impeccable.
Yeah, they've probably played a lot of football games together over the years and played a lot of catch and pickup games, and you can really see a lot of the chemistry that they have out there.
They're going to operate under center. Haven't seen this much this year. And they're going to hand it off to Paul Armitage, trying to get in from 3 yards out. And it looks like he's going to be just shy. Let's see where they rule him down. I want to say it's down at the 1. But
Yeah,
I'm not 100%
it looks like
sure.
it's almost inside the 1. And
I still want to give him a 3-yard gain, even though it's
nope, not inside the 1. Yeah, it looks about like the 1 yard line to me, Turner.
2-yard gain for Armitage. He was just chewing up yardage right away, and now all of a sudden 3 carries for 5 yards. He's like, I'm not a goal line back. What are you guys doing? Killing my yards per carry here. Lost an offense, though. He's going to try to take on that roll, and he's going to get in for 6.
There it is.
Kind of bounced off the pile.
Yeah, nice second effort there from Lawson, and was able to get in, dive in over one of the defenders, and maybe even offensive lineman laying underneath him. So.
And he's really come on as an added rusher to this squad. And it kind of at the beginning of the year, it was kind of like, we wish we had some carries for him, but we kind of got all these other guys we got to get the ball to. But, he doesn't get a whole lot of carries, but he really capitalizes on the ones that he does get.
Yeah, he's such an explosive player. He doesn't need a ton of carries, especially playing on both sides of the
ball,
both sides of the ball, and he really takes advantage of the carries he does get, though.
Yeah, I remember he really in the first game of the year, or the first win of the year, he came in and got a touchdown in the closing minutes with the backup unit. And I was like, oh, you gotta be thinking of getting him the ball more. But they're gonna go with the Cooper Roberts, maybe the tight end sneak. Time to talk about it with Carson Yagi after the game. Instead, they're gonna have that play get blown up. So a little bit of miscommunication there. It looks like they were going to try that pitch play again that they ran last week. But they motioned the tight end into the quarterback spot. And Coach Yagi and I had a good laugh about that one last week. He said, I heard you got pretty excited when we ran that play last week, and for good reason. I loved it. But Breckenridge is going to have to settle for 6 after that 2-point conversion got blown up. 2:13 remaining in the third quarter. Cowboys up 28-0. You're listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
$28-0 ball game. Cowboys up against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. 2:13 remaining here in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Got to get one more touchdown and then an extra point if they want to get a running clock. And it's got to be the fourth quarter, of course. Try to shout out some of the guys on the kickoff team. You got Isaiah Hill, number 13. Gavin Hofford, we already shouted out on the kick return team. As a bit of a short return, number 50 on this squad as well. Carter Benson on the kickoff team. Number 66, that's the new Ernst, Connor Ernst, the new and improved Ernst, of course, the upgrade. Charlie Craychaw as well. And Cowboys looking to keep this shutout going, trying to make it 2 straight shutouts going into the postseason. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley working out of another queen set, 2 receivers each side. 1 running back in the backfield with Brock. Brock has a very low snap, but he's able to scoop it up and throw it. And actually has it picked off. Aiden Sanchez with the pick. I believe that's his second of the year. It might be his third, actually, but, not too shabby for a freshman. Future ball hawk,
yeah,
I think.
Nice play by Sanchez.
Current ball hawk, maybe.
Current ball hawk, absolutely. No time like the present.
Exactly.
Turnover chain goes on. I like it.
There you go. Aiden Sanchez making the nice play. Second interception of the day for this Breckenridge defense. Dawson Weinbar had one in the first half. Aiden Sanchez getting to support the turnover chain here. And now both teams have 2 turnovers so far, so Cowboys got to force one more turnover and make us look like geniuses with our keys to the game, saying they got to win the turnover battle to win this game.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Full house pistol, or actually offset eye pistol. Fakes the handoff. Evans looking deep. Tosses it to Dawson Weinbar, and it is incomplete. That would have been a tough grab, but it was catchable. That's for sure.
That was a tough one, Turner. Just out of reach.
And
potentially for Weinbar.
And I mean, Evans doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities to really get to air it out and really show what he's got for the arm strength. And he's going to be saying, "Oh boy, I wish we could do that one again." We'll save that one for next week. But that was a good setup though to get Weinbar deep behind the defense. This time it's going to be David Erlinson keeping those legs churning, and he's going to be close to a first down. His second tote of the second half. I got him for, after that carry, 58 yards after that gain of 8. So 3rd and 2. 58 yards rushing on 7 carries.
Yep, nice hole there by the offensive line, and David hit it hard and picked up a good gain on 2nd down.
Puts him over 100 yards from scrimmage to go along with his 47 receiving yards. And this time they're going to operate out of the shotgun. Armitage to the right of Evans. Or actually it's Riley Kappas is subbed into the game. Riley Kappas with a nice run on the right side. Saying, watch out, Bailey Evans. Someone's sniffing for your spot, baby. See how many yards you got out of that one.
Nice run by Riley. Got blocked up really
That was a heck of a run.
Really well and hit it with speed.
Call that a gain of 9, at least. Gotta add Riley to the mix here. Call it a 9-yard gain for the sophomore quarterback. Evans, better double check that. Not freshman quarterback.
Freshman, yeah. It's just double checking there. I thought he was a freshman.
I was about 50% sure. Armitage, nice little run over to the left side. He's gonna get about 7 yards.
Nice and patient. Let it develop on that one, and a nice 5-yard chunk for Armitage.
27 seconds remaining in this in this third quarter. Your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Armitage making up for the lack of carries in the first half for sure. He's got 8. That puts him into double digits with 10. Don't expect me to add it all up right now. Pistol set. Trying to get one more play before the second half. Bailey Evans rolling out to the right. Throws it to Erlinson. They complete it. Makes one man miss. Makes another man miss. He's cutting up the right side. He's got the edge, and he's going to get tackled right by the sideline. Heck of a play there. You know, that is quite the duo on that rollout. They love that play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree, Turner. If they're going to give that to you in the flat, you might as well just keep dumping it off, and catch and run is – it's like a long handoff at that point.
Mm-hmm. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Take a quick break. Get those 4s up, everybody. Breckenridge heads into the fourth quarter with a 28-0 lead against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
And welcome back to Breckenridge as we have the Cowboys up 28-0. Fourth quarter just about to start here, and the Cowboys have just entered the Titan Machinery Red Zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapaton, on a 21-yard hookup. Erlinson matching his number on that play. 21 yards from Bailey Evans, and that rollout play has just been dynamite today. They got 68 yards pretty much on that one play. 3 catches for 68 yards so far, and one thing I will say that I've noticed big improvement from Erlinson on is how elusive he's gotten to be in the open field, because the beginning of the season, it was kind of, trying to be a little more of the physical runner and trying to, break the tackle using the physicality. Now it's kind of turned into a balance, a lot more of a balance, and it's made him a lot more dangerous guy in the open field. I don't know if you've noticed that as well, as far as from the beginning of the season to now.
I have, especially the last few weeks, Turner. He looks more comfortable trying to make cuts. I know he had a tough fumble in the opening week against Pelican, and maybe that was in the back of his head a little bit, where he wanted maybe focusing a little bit more on holding on to the ball, doing your job. And as he gets more comfortable, more carries throughout the year, feeling more comfortable making some of those moves where the ball security is more second nature.
Yep, and Riley Kappas still playing quarterback, getting a design QB run there, and I think it was probably because of it was in the back of his head, because there was a very critical radio guy talking about how he can't fumble, how he keeps fumbling it. But so we'll see how many yards he got out of that one. I was scared Daniel or someone was going to be waiting in my car when I got back. But 2-yard gain for Riley Kappas. He's got 11 yards on 2 carries by my count. Hopefully I can't mess up how many yards he's got on only 2 carries. So second and goal from the 6. Cowboys up 28-0, looking to add to it. Riley Kappas operating out of the pistol set, goes out to the left, tosses it to the end zone, and it actually ended up getting tipped and picked off. Was looking for, I'm not sure if he was looking for Gabe Armitage or Caleb Albertson. I think he was looking for Albertson in the end zone, but that was picked off by Crow.
Yeah, that Crow's he's made a couple nice plays out there at corner or defensive back, and just kind of right between the two guys. A little long for Armitage and a little short for Christensen.
You said I figured one of you guys was going to get it. But, yeah, I think it ended up getting tipped by – yeah, it ended up getting tipped by one of the Cowboy players. And Crow made a nice play on that one. But now the Breckenridge defense is hungry for a safety. They'll start this drive on their own 3. Operating out of the I formation.
It says fullback written all over it.
Oh, yeah. Right up the middle with Hayde, and Breckenridge was ready for that one. Got both of the Martinez brothers in on that one. Doing a fantastic job stacking them up. Maybe got back to the line. Hayde. So just got back to the line, so they'll remain on the 3-yard line. But you know why Riley Kappas is really going to be kicking himself? Because how often, as a backup quarterback, do you get a chance to throw it? Because usually it's such a big lead that when you come into the game, there's really no chances to throw it. So that's like a golden opportunity. That might be the one throw he gets all year in varsity. So that's a tough break for him. But once again, a freshman. We got a lot of chances to see him sling it in the years to come. Cowboys showing blitz once again. They're going to go with a toss play. David Erlinson's ready for it, and it is close, but it is not going to be a safety.
Yeah, he was just able to get out of that end zone.
He shot that lane perfectly, and, oh, boy, that is I know that feeling of when you think you're going to be able to get him for a safety, and they're just able to just eke out of the end zone, and that's but that was a heck of a play there. Karch Fraser ends up losing 2 yards, so this is going to be back to the golden opportunity. Oh, they're going to say actually may. Huh. They're going to say he only lost 1 yard. That's all right. I thought he lost 2, but.
This is a tough spot for play calling just because you're so backed up.
Yeah, and imagine trying to punt out of this afterward. You know, you want to get some of the yards just so you got a little room to breathe when you punt. They're going to pass out of this and throw it down the right sideline. They got a man. And that's going to be a first down and more. Riley Kappas making the stop. And it's his buddy Crow. Oh, boy, he's going to hate him after this game. So hauling in that pass was Caleb Crow. Let's see how many yards that's got to be their biggest pass play of the game.
I think so, Turner. I'd say 35, 36 yards.
They're figuring out the spot over there. We'll see how many of the guys on the defense are. I think this is still mostly starters. I want to say it's Kappas is the only backup, but he's actually started a game so far this year. Maybe Sanchez is in there too, who has also started some games. So not exactly true backups. And Frazier had a nice little hole there, but once again, trips on the line. 9:08 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I know the Cowboys would love to get one more tutty on the board.
Get that clock rolling potentially.
That they would, and looks like we're going to see some of the starters get relieved. David Erlinson just got a break. Coming in for him is going to be number 54, Tegan Abel, getting some action at linebacker. Tegan Abel does start on the O-line. I formation, Brock under center. Checking it out, motion the fullback over to the left side. Going to go with a toss to the left. And they did a good job of setting that edge.
Nice play by Albertson there.
And we'll see where he ended up stopping him. I didn't see what happened on that one. What happened?
Yeah, it was a toss left. Albertson made a nice play, inside-out tackle, and obviously gained 4 or 5 yards, but was able to stop him short of the first down, forced that third down, and this is where the money's made on defense. Got to get off the field on third down.
I was trying to see if my man Trey Vogelbacher could fight out that block over on the edge. So I kind of got a little locked in onto that. So we got 3rd and 1 on the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 44. They're going to go with the fullback. A little bit of a mishandled handoff, and Eli Butts is there, as is Alan Martinez. The big boys.
Nice play by Butts there. He's been tough to block today.
He is the, you get one guy on the team that you get to reserve the title for of dude. And, he's been the dude so far this year. Yeah. I mean, he's a junior captain. I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself, He's a guy who's got a lot of experience. Not all, you got a couple of guys who get to be 4-year starters, and he's one of them. So it's invaluable experience.
Absolutely.
Dropping back, quarterback actually tripped twice. And just decided to throw it up. Actually got it completed. And Cowboys blow that one up too, and that time it's Jackson Graves-Bolte for the turnover on downs, and that's a tough break for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
Yeah, that one didn't really look great from the start, Turner. Him stumbling out of there, getting the snap, and
I'm sure he slipped once, and he's like, how could this get any worse? And then he slipped again. He's like, how could this get any worse? It's a miracle the pass got completed.
Absolutely.
So we got a lot of still a lot of starters in on the offense. We see a lot of the offensive linemen, but the skill position guys are getting rotated out, it looks like. Got Gabe Armitage in there to play some running back. Riley Kappas at quarterback still. Cooper Roberts running in the play for tight end. But once again, actually wide receiver. He started at wide receiver last week for Dawson Weinbach. Got to keep that in mind. So a lot of guys who are reserves, in name only, but have started games. So, got a lot of guys who've got some great experience this year. And handing it off, I believe that's Oliphant. And rumbling for the first down. He's saying, why am I not getting more carries, guys? Come on. We'll see how many yards they end up giving him on that one. Is that a 20-yard gain?
It was 15 or 20. I think they started right on the
44, right?
The 44.
18 yards. There you go. Not too shabby. Longest carry of the day for Oliphant, who had 9 yards before that. So he just, tripled his yardage with his 27 so far and on 5 carries. So pretty solid. Yeah, I'm excited to see what we're going to see from Loss in the next couple of years here from the Cowboys. And
I think too many guys in the huddle
legal
there,
legal substitution. You see Cooper Roberts running off the field. I thought Breckenridge was going to take a time out there, but they said, no, we're all right. We can lose some yards. This penalty brought to you by State Farm Agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, local State Farm agents. Amanda will take care of you in Breckenridge, and Matt will take care of you in Wapton.
Yeah, not a great feeling when you go to line up at the line of scrimmage. You look over and there's another guy that plays the same position as you, and you realize you probably shouldn't be on the field.
And Caleb Albertson just ran off too. We got another kind of a late sub, but they haven't broke the huddle yet. So compared to the last play, they're doing great. 28-0 Breckenridge in the lead here. 6:19 remaining in the fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Operating out of the gun, Riley Kappas with Oliphant. Might have been a little movement beforehand, but they're not going to call it. Riley Kappas keeps it himself. Gets wrapped up and slung down. I can hardly even read the jersey number. It's so muddy, but I believe that was Blake Watson, 6'4" junior.
Yeah, those jerseys are getting dirty. It's good old-fashioned hard-nosed football here.
Yeah, they should be on like a Tide commercial or something. Like, believe it or not, we can clean these.
Yeah.
Jacob Kunkel comes out of the game. Gavin Hoffer getting his first action on offense. Aiden Sanchez getting some action on offense as well. Let's see. I think we still got a lot of the starters from the line, but I'll double-check that as we got a handoff to Oliphant. We'll see how many yards he got out of that one. Maybe 2.
Yeah, it looks like they've maybe rotated about half of them, but kept about half in.
And
so
it's kind of tricky because some of the guys start on defense, but then they come in on offense. So it's almost like you kind of risk hurting them and then hurting the defense. But you got to get them that action on offense, so then they know what they're doing, down the road.
Absolutely.
Well, they're just saying he got back to the line on that one. So
one of those plays that the outside run, it looks like he's running a long ways, but gets wrapped up close to the line of scrimmage.
Kappas got a running back to his right, and he's going to get another chance to throw it. Throws it out to Gabe Armitage, who hauls it in. And then they tried to strip it away from him, but he held on to it and goes in for 6. And look at me, he's saying that Riley Kappas is only going to get one chance to throw a pass all year. He says, hey, shut up. I'm about to throw a TD from 26 yards out to Gabe Armitage, his first varsity touchdown. Love to see it. Oh, no. And then it's going to be coming back. So technically, on paper, Riley Kappas only got to throw one pass tonight. But, that is a tough break. First varsity touchdown waved off. First varsity touchdown thrown from Riley Kappas. Head coach Carson Yagi saying, let's go do that play again. We'll see.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
That's too bad. And guess what? This penalty is brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. I'm pretty sure Amanda said, don't say it when Cowboys have a play come back.
Especially a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. So Cowboys, we'll see what they have dialed up for the last 4.5 minutes here. I always get nervous when teams are throwing when they're up by this much late in the game, just in case something gets chippy afterward. But they're going to run the same exact play. Throws it to Armitage, and this time he slips. So they were ready for it that time, I think.
Looks like there's another
there's
flag
another
on
flag.
the play.
Oh, no. It better not be on the same guy. They're going to have a conversation. There might be a fight in the huddle. So I better let you know, this penalty is brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Wasn't a touchdown getting called back at least.
Only a gain of 4 that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Turner, so we can say it there.
Yeah. Amanda's not going to beat me up next time I see her, so we should be all right. Matt, however, I don't know. Cowboys will improve to 4-4, finish the regular season with a 500 record. Something that was, obviously kind of an uphill battle. They started the season off with a 3-game losing streak. It kind of it's getting a little dicey there. I'm not saying everyone in the community was questioning it or anything, but it was tough. The guys, were obviously frustrated. You got to, see it firsthand. I'm sure you got to talk to David about some of this stuff, and they really turned it around, winning 4 out of their last 5. This is kind of the ideal situation heading into the playoffs. So
Right.
We got a nice run from Oliphant, but sorry, go on.
Yeah, definitely not really the start they wanted to the year. Going 0-3 is not what you dreamt of all summer, but they did play some of the bigger teams they were going to play all years with the Staples Motley and the Pelican Rapids. So
I think Pillager's Pillager's single A, aren't they?
I believe they're in our
they're in the section.
Yeah, they're single A.
We'll double check it.
Yep.
But Breckenridge turns it over on downs. But yeah, like you were saying, they had a tough stretch to open up the year. Staples Motley, that heartbreaker at home, and then Pelican Rapids. They kind of knew going into that game that might be the best team they play in the regular season. So
yeah, they really impressed me. They were pretty physical.
I haven't checked back to see how they've been doing. I'm sure they got that stud QB back here in the second half of the season. As they go up the middle. Timmy Guler. He's like a mini Titan. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if you saw him last year, but he's a dog.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much of the Pelican, the high school in recent years, except for when they're playing Breckenridge.
Yeah.
But,
well, I kept saying that to the Pelican people. I said I kept thinking he was a mini Titan Storston, and they were like, yeah. That's pretty on point.
All right, that's some good company to be in.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, one of your northern buddies.
Yep.
I didn't even think of that when I was talking about it. I was like,
Played basketball down there, and Titan and I still keep in touch. Play some golf when he's down in Arizona.
Oh, gotcha.
Probably a couple times a year. So, you're pretty good in high school when they're talking about you 15 years later.
Oh, yeah. And you led the team to an undefeated state title in basketball, so that was probably that was obviously the best sport. So, but Timmy Guler, I'm excited to see what he's got for basketball too. But obviously, let's loop back to Breckenridge if we can talk about the Cowboys finishing out this last 3:34 remaining in their regular season. And for those who don't remember, the playoffs open up on a Tuesday, so Breckenridge will get a home playoff game unless the QRF breaks overnight. We should know usually find out like within the next day or two, I believe, who it's going to be, but I don't think it takes that long to register. And everyone's playing to wrap up the regular season tonight for Minnesota. So, and that's just Minnesota, if you guys didn't know. So don't come here looking for Wapton scores. Wapton plays on Friday. They wrap up their season against Turtle Mountain. They will not be making the postseason, I'm told. And, they'll try to go out with a bang in Turtle Mountain, try to go out with a win, and get some momentum before going into next year. So, Cowboys switching over to defense now after turning it over on downs. Lawson Oliphant ended that run with a 12-yard rush that didn't move the sticks, so they're going to try to go up the middle again on the 2nd and 9.
I think they got all the starters pulled at this point, Turner. So
That's
getting some
good.
fresh faces in there, keeping everyone healthy. I didn't see anyone coming off looking too banged up, so that's good news for the Cowboys heading into the playoffs.
Even better news that they're getting Jackson Riggs back next week. They plan on it at least on Tuesday of getting him back. So as of now, if there's no movement in the QRF, let's go double check who that's going to end up being. And we'll look that over while we take a very quick timeout break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Cowboys up 28-0 against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley on their home field.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
And my apologies. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley just took a shot down the field and definitely could have got a touchdown on that play. Ended up going through the receiver's hands, and you know what? It's been the man of the second half, Caleb Crow. Definitely kicking himself there, but I was looking up the Section 6A standings. If the season were to end today, it would be Lake Park Audubon. Breckenridge would be welcoming to town. That is the current 7 seeds. That is the most likely, unless, you know, I'm not sure how they would drop. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley seems pretty locked in at the 8th spot to be taking on Parker's Prairie here to open up the postseason. I don't think Breckenridge is going to get leapfrogged by West Central area. It seems like a long shot. I mean, that's crazier things have happened, but you never know with the QRF. I mean, Breckenridge was on the road surprisingly last year for the QRF. I remember they were kind of surprised by that, as Breckenridge is going to get a chance of returning. Isaiah Hill, who got his first varsity touchdown last week, is going to keep it from being a turnover by laying on the ball. Got to double check his age to see what we can expect from him in the next few years. Isaiah Hill's a junior, so we're expecting him to play a bigger role on the Cowboy squad next year. Kind of a little scat back type.
Yeah, with that QRF formula, I believe they just punch the scores in and use strength of schedule and record and wins and losses and who you play is who you play. So I think the results come back pretty early. There's no meetings and voting and things that used to take place, I believe.
And point differential is not a factor in that, I am told, because you'd think it would be. You know, you beat a team like by 60 and another team beats them by 5, but somehow they get the better QRF as Isaiah Hill gets blown up in a hurry on that handoff.
I'm sure they want to discourage teams from going out there and
running
just
up the
running
score.
the score up on people for a better QRF rating.
That tracks.
So
that tracks.
That wouldn't be very productive for anyone, I don't think.
No, I would not be a fan. But, you know, North Dakota does QRF now. I don't think they used to, but they do now, which is kind of surprising. So I could be wrong on that. Maybe they've been using it longer than Minnesota for all I know, but I'm 90% sure that they just recently kind of switched to that, but I could be wrong. Believe it or not, I can be wrong sometimes. A lot. Riley Kappas, the QB keeper. On the left side, he's got going to churn out a big gain, makes one man miss, and now he's got one man to beat. Riley Kappas is going to go in for 6. Nice. Riley Kappas from 60 yards out, and he flags on the field, Steve.
I don't see any, Turner. It's too muddy, but I think the yellow would still stand out. I think that touchdown's going to stand.
60 yards, his second touchdown of the year. Love to see it from the freshman.
Yeah, that was a great run by Riley.
And look at the vision. I mean, the way he was navigating that and, like, just picked – he zigged all the places he needed to zig. He zagged at all the places he needed to zag. And, you know, turned on the burners, too. And you can kind of see at the beginning of that play that he thought that DN was going to be a problem. And then the DN kind of, like, bit down a little too hard. He's like, oh, that was kind of surprising. And then he jetted out to the outside. And
yeah, nice block by Cooper Roberts. Kind of set the edge, and it was all – that's all she wrote from there.
And taking the snap. I'm going to have to double-check the number. We do have a flag, though, but running in that 2-point conversion was going to be an unknown player who is not on the roster. My apologies, folks.
Was it 18 or 19?
I thought it was 19, but unless it was Charlie. Hope it was Charlie.
It's tough to tell with that jersey.
It looks like a 19, doesn't it?
It does look like 19. You're right.
Yeah. Not listed on the roster, so I wish him well. Whoever this mysterious number 19 is.
Was maybe just added to the team this week. You never know.
I mean, it's good that the 2-point conversion got waved off. That's the only good thing about that is I don't have to get put on the spot and feel like figure out who scored that point. But Riley Kappas' 60-yard touchdown. Now a quick penalty. Going to operate out of the gun once again. Rolling out to the left. And they're going to go with the QB keeper again, and same result. He's going to walk it in, and we're going to try to track down that name. My apologies, folks. They don't have it on the roster that we have, and hopefully someone will be able to get that for us. But as of now, we got a 36-0 lead. Breckenridge over Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with 1:35 remaining. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And going in for the two-point conversion was Jackson Lopez. The investigation has been solved. And fittingly, it was from the Smith clan because they were the ones who helped me out with Kai McDonald last week when Kai McDonald was left off the roster. So very happy about that. But two-point conversion by Jackson Lopez makes it 36-0 Cowboy lead with 1:35 remaining. And they're just going to do a quick little onside kick here, which Walker-Hackensack-Akeley is going to lay on.
And I believe that'll start the running clock, Turner, after they snap. Not that it matters too much at this point in the game, but
it keeps it chugging along. That's all
Yeah.
right. You're not going to hear me complain about running clock ever. 1:33 remaining. Well, it's supposed to be running clock, I think. It hasn't started yet, but 1:33 remaining. On your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, Breckenridge just went up 36-0 on a 60-yard touchdown from Riley Kappas. Kappas, not too shabby of a day. 3 carries for 71 yards. Woo!
yeah, he's had a day coming off the,
It's about 20,
off the bench.
just about 24 yards a pop. Not too shabby.
Also threw that touchdown that got called
Yeah,
back, so
I
can't
know.
forget about that one.
I'd almost sacrifice that play just for this one. But, you know, it's more fun when 2 guys get to be in on a touchdown than 1. But it is what it is. Ivermation, they're going to go with a sweep to the left. Got some newcomers in the game. Gabe Armitage, though, I've been very impressed by his tackling in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they got him on the special teams. And I was saying last week when I was watching him get, like, seemingly every tackle in the closing minutes, like, they got to give this guy some reps on the starting D. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like he'll be ready to fill in a role next year at the very least. So
Cowboys, once again, will finish the regular season with a record of 4-4, ending the year with a 3-game winning streak and also winning 4 out of their last 5. The one loss during that stretch being a 1-touchdown loss to Parker's Prairie, a game that they definitely could have won. 2 very evenly matched teams. And maybe we'll be seeing them matching up again here in the section tournament. We shall see, as we got another nice tackle from behind. That's Kai McDonald.
yeah, that second half of that Parker's Prairie game was a completely different game, and hopefully the Cowboys get another chance at them in the playoffs at some point.
Yeah, Cowboys the last few years have kind of made a little tradition out of getting a matchup with playoffs with guys who beat them in the regular season, and then they get to kind of pay it back to them. Battle Lake got that revenge a couple times in the postseason. So running up the middle, gets blown up by Gabe Armitage once again, along with the number 59 on the Cowboys. That is Landon Schillinger making the tackle for the final play of the game. 36-0. Cowboys pitch back-to-back shutouts and head into the postseason with a record of 4-4. We'll take a quick break, come back with your Miller Realty postgame show. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
And welcome to the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM. Turner Bluff is here along with Steven Erlinson, and that was a fun second half. Steve, what'd you think? 36-0, closing out the regular season, and do you think they're happy with the way they closed that game out?
I think so, Turner. Especially that third quarter, they came out, marched down the field with authority, and scored a touchdown early. Any kind of momentum that Walker was hoping to gain over halftime the door was shut on that pretty early in the third quarter, and that really just goes to show the message that Coach Yagi and the crew put across over halftime.
And it seemed like you said, they marched down the field, and it was one of those things where that was kind of a little bit maybe more what we expected in the first half, but that's all right. You're better late than never, you know what I mean? Getting into your offensive groove and taking control of a game and showing who the dominant team is on the field. And we'll run through the scoring for you now. Bailey Evans got the scoring started with a 12-yard touchdown run with 8:57 remaining in the first quarter to make it a 6-0 game after the two-point conversion was no good. Bailey Evans hooked up with David Erlinson for a 44-yard score with 9:26 left in the opening half. Lawson Alvin went in for the two-point conversion to make it 14-0 at halftime. 8:59 remaining. The drive of Paul Armitage ended with a Paul Armitage 1-yard touchdown. He also went in for the two-point conversion, making it a 22-0 game. With 2:13 remaining in the third quarter, Lawson Alvin went in for a 1-yard score. Two-point conversion was no good, making it a 28-0 game. And then Riley Kappas put the finishing touches on that after his passing touchdown got called back with a 60-yard scoot up the left sideline for a touchdown. Two-point conversion by Jackson Lopez was run in to give us the 36-0 result that we got here. And now to run through some stats for you, unofficial stats, as always, everybody. You guys know me. 5 for 10 for Bailey Evans, 85 yards. And 1 for 5 here in the second half. Come on, Bailey. What do you? He was trying to, make something happen there, but they just, they still asserted their dominance with the run game, so it wasn't really the end of the world. But 5 for 10, 85 yards and a touchdown, solid performance. And Bailey Evans obviously showed that he could run the ball as well. 11 carries, 75 yards, actually the leading rusher for the Cowboys. 10 carries for 65 yards for Paul Armitage. 7 carries for 58 yards for David Erlinson. And almost leading rusher is Riley Kappas coming up and nipping on Bailey's heels. 3 carries for 71 yards, 1 carry for 6 yards for Jacob Kunkel. And I already got Lawson, right? Lawson Oliphant, 7 carries for 39 yards. If I didn't, I got him there. And receiving, David Erlinson, leading receiver today, 64 yards. So that gives him, by my Breckenridge math, 122 yards of offense. 2 catches for 33 yards for Jacob Kunkel. And then 1 catch for 3 yards for Caleb Albertson. So actually, I should have had him for. Oh no, that's right, because I had Riley Kappas completing one pass. Oh no, because that got called back. It was supposed to be 6 for 10. My apologies, folks. 6 for 10 for Bailey Evans through the air into Knights, or 6 for 11. You know, you guys get the drift. Anyways, defensively, Aiden Sanchez got an interception, as did Dawson Weinbar. Tucker Shocker got the lone sack of the day. And that is a look at all of the stat rundown. A lot of guys turning in big performances, which is going to make picking a player of the game very difficult. But, what did you think of the way that, a lot of guys contributed here, and how big of an asset it is to have so many guys that can run the ball for the squad?
Yeah, Turner, I think that's really a recipe for success come postseason time. Having to take away multiple guys in multiple different plays, multiple different schemes, really puts a lot of pressure on the defense to do their assignments, and it makes it much more difficult compared to one single great play.
And the play calling as well, as they do a really good job of keeping you guessing, because, you never know if one guy's going to, be getting 15 carries. You never know. They might end up only getting 3 carries on the game, and it's supposed to be the guy you've been focusing on, keying on all week. And they really keep you on your toes. They keep me on my toes. I learned that every time I go through the stats. I'm like, how did we get here? Like how did this guy only have 7 carries this game? That's crazy. But I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And, being able to hit David on those rollouts was really big to get the passing game going. Jacob Kunkel, he had those 2 catches for 33 yards. Both were nice chunk gains. And, it's promising to see even though they didn't complete a whole lot of passes, the ones that they did were really effective plays, getting guys out in space.
Definitely. A few more of them could have been completed, but just with the footing the way it was today, how slippery the ball was, we saw a couple drops that maybe could have, boosted those passing stats and displayed how Bailey threw the ball today as well.
And before we take a commercial break, we better talk about the defense, because back-to-back shutouts, that's quite the showing. And it's one thing, you could always say, well, look kind of the competition, but at the same time, that's discipline. That is discipline on every single drive, being locked in. And if you turn it over, that's your defense, bailing out your offense, because they did have a couple turnovers, and the defense responded and got the ball right back.
Yeah, that's something that doesn't just happen on Friday. They didn't just show up today, or on Wednesday in this case.
Yeah.
They didn't just show up today and say, all right, let's shut these guys out. That's a full week of preparation that Coach Christensen and the defensive side has been on these guys, and they've all been working hard, doing their assignments, and it's more of a
it's a top to bottom
to bottom.
Yep.
It's a full week effort, and not just today. So it's a lot more that goes into it than we see here on game day.
No one's ever going to question Coach Christensen's effort, or Coach Yagi for that matter, or any of these coaches, that is for sure. So we'll take a quick break and then come back for your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, and then your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love, with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
And welcome back to the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM. And now it's time for your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agency in Breckenridge. And this one, it's a pretty easy one. Steve, I'm probably going with your brother's TD. That was wild. That was a very fun touchdown run, a catch and run from 44 yards out, zigzagging across the field and snapping some ankles near the goal line. Pretty much everything I'd want from a run. Also showing the physicality, breaking a run or breaking a tackle right at the beginning of that, and also getting a second touchdown before halftime was also big. Setting up the team with a 2-score lead going into the first half or ending the first half.
Definitely, I think the play before they just stopped him on a 4th down, and then being able to connect on that. What was it, 44 yards? You said, yeah, that's a big turning point in the game, or the combination of those 2 plays back to back. I agree with that's a good pick.
Biggest momentum swing of the game for sure. And then for the player of the game, David would be an easy pick there. He did have over 100 yards of offense today and the touchdown as well. Paul Armitage would be a good pick for that one drive alone. He was a dog on that drive. And then Riley Kapp is coming in closing minutes, showing off his wheels with the touchdown. Also had a passing touchdown waved off. Bailey Evans, you could give him the player of the game pretty much every week. But you know what? I'm going to go with the guy who was just absolutely shutting down that run game, and I went with one of the D linemen last week, so this is probably a record for me going back-to-back D linemen. I'm going with Eli Butts. Eli Butts was, as we said earlier, a dude. He was shutting it down in the middle. That was a good fullback they were taking on. That might have been their best player, that fullback. And he was locking him down on all those carries, and then also was disrupting the run game for everyone else, really. So what do you like you saw from him? And both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I thought, being that strong side offensive tackle, he's involved in every one of those plays. Being a former running back, how much you appreciate those all the work they do up front, and they don't get their names on the stat sheet as much, and the only time you're announcing them is when they have a penalty, typically. But I think showing him the love with the player of the game is a good call, Turner.
Yep. My player of the game brought to you by Essentia Health here with you. And, I really liked what I saw from him. Once again, just single-handedly almost shutting down the run game today. I really liked what I saw from the defensive front with him and the Martinez brothers. I've been loving those dudes all year. So very excited to see what they have in store for us on Tuesday. Once again, right now, Lake Park Audubon is slotted as the 7th seed. So we'll see if that's where they stay at or if someone else is going to drop down. We got someone else coming to town. Either way, Breckenridge is pretty much locked in at the 2 seed unless the QRF blows up this week. And, so expect a home playoff game no matter what, even if they do somehow drop down a seed. But they're not going to catch Parkers Prairie. We know they're not getting the 1 seed. So 2 seeds pretty much guaranteed. If not, they drop to a 3 or 4, getting a home playoff game, though. So how big is that to be able to get the home playoff game?
Yeah, home playoff game. And do they still play the second round at home as well?
Yep.
If
they have the best seed, Yep,
definitely. So, back-to-back playoff games at home would be big. That's a big advantage playing in a comfortable environment. So.
Yeah, excited to see what they have in store for us on Tuesday, and very, very excited, for the run that the Cowboys are on, and you want to be playing your best at this time of the year, and that's what they're doing right now. Cowboys close out the regular season with a 36-0 victory over Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, and 3 straight wins, 3 straight wins, and then 4 wins in the last 5 weeks, and looking to keep it rolling. Thanks for coming on,
Absolutely.
Steve. Very much appreciated.
Thank you for having me, Turner. Always a pleasure. So
it was a blast. I wish now you just got to move back to the area, man.
I'll be listening for the rest of this season for sure.
We could maybe figure out a way to live stream and have you work from Arizona.
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to make it work. We'll just have a little bit of a delay.
We'll see what we can do.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been the Miller Realty Postgame Show. One final time, Breckenridge ending the regular season with a 36-0 victory. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. And watching on KBMW News Live, our live stream. Catch you guys on Tuesday.
Tonight's Breckenridge football broadcast was brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Be sure to go to KBMWnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.